Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
About he broke, but he got the downtown views.
Got the vibes, you know. And he got the Panther,
that's why
Panther on the wall.
Yeah, okay.
With the skyline behind. All right.
Hey, I got look, man. Until I get this other room together, I gotta put this wherever I can, dog. Wherever I can.
We seen the exclusive Kobe's.
That's all you seen them.
I'm broke.
I got lucky on those.
I'm broke.
That's why.
You know who sent you them too?
Shit.
You got to have a plug for those, buddy.
Hey, I straight up got lucky on those, dog.
Welcome to the Game 7 podcast. We are actually on time. You dig? A couple weeks of technical difficulties, i.e., I've been uploading two. Anybody here outside of you, Santana? Anybody else here notice a difference in the podcast the last 2 weeks? Marcus probably won't get it because I don't think he saw last week.
I did not.
You notice anything different? Shit, Santana, did you notice anything different?
Right now, today, or you say the last 2 weeks?
Period. Today, last week, week before that.
We didn't pod the week before that.
You know what? Okay, podcast. The last two podcasts.
I know. Sable got that new hairstyle. Yeah. You know, I said them I need to see those DMs, Joe. You know, when she put it out there for the people, I need to see.
They gonna be extra hurt after this episode.
You know, I need to see.
DM's about to be way more greasy than that.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna do it like this real quick. We're gonna do it
why?
Like, damn, girl, you worth 2 dimes, and as soon as she shoot him down, you a 5. Well, I'm fine. You know,
craziest thing in the world.
That's why I leave, even though I just called you a dime.
Go from a beautiful queen to you be a 5 in my hometown.
Instantly,
if you hurt, just say that. Just say that.
Yeah.
But like how fast he went to it though, and you really didn't diss him. You know what I'm saying? Like what you said wasn't.
I was joking.
Right.
He was hurt.
And he was like, you know what? You know what you are?
You ain't shit.
I lied. Psych. I lied. You ain't beautiful.
You blocked me.
What sucked is he blocked me right after he sent it. He wouldn't even let me respond.
Like, how does he block you when he reached out to you? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I didn't reach out to you. Why are you blocking me?
He knew she was about to post it. He didn't want to see that. He knew what was coming next.
See, usually I post it and I save and I don't like show the name. I put the whole thing on there. I said, one of y'all come get your friends. And then one of my homegirls had him on her Facebook. She started posting pictures. He's married, has kids.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you didn't go through go through the comments. He's married and has kids.
Oh, we got an award to give out.
Oh, yeah. And then he was posting pictures like at the gym in a Speedo.
I was gonna say, didn't he have some underoos pics going on or something?
Yeah, his panties was literally in a bunch. Like literally in a bunch.
That man
I see why you mad.
That man on Facebook with the tighties on.
I need to like, who is this gentleman? Who is this guy?
I don't know him. I have no idea who he is.
How did I miss that? Was I banned?
No.
Yeah, she posted
I think I posted it. It's still
the
up
whole
there.
girl put the screenshot.
Kiari put the screenshots in the comments. It was lit.
I didn't see that either. I just saw what you put.
Mad nasty Nate energy in them pics, bro.
Oh, it's on Facebook. It's
big
on
nasty
Facebook.
Nate.
Okay, I got it on now.
Yeah.
Zucker got me. Damn.
Nah. So what's different? What's different for the podcast?
Well, in a nutshell, the last couple weeks I've been using Apple products to here.
Oh.
Yeah, Apple products. Not bad. Could hear just fine. The catch to it was I then uploaded for whatever reason, Apple did whatever it did or whatever, I've uploaded for 2 podcasts audio for the entire podcast, 2-3 hours of podding with just my voice. All other voices went to Apple.
Yeah, he Marlon Rory this basically.
Whoa.
So there's a couple podcasts out there, you know, we fixed it.
With just you.
It's just me talking to myself, man. There's nothing else.
Laughing and everything. What y'all think? Yeah, word. It's quiet like this.
Whole argument.
Yeah, you know, it sounds nuts. Yo.
But anyway, yeah. So, you know, we fixed the first one. We'll fix the second whenever. But I had to switch back, get off the Apple pods, and yeah. Here we are. But without further ado, how was y'all week? How y'all feeling? Y'all want to get straight into the bullshit or what?
I feel all right, man.
I bet you do.
Feel great.
A little bit light.
You feel amazing.
Game all week. Feel great.
I bet you do. Light on your It's the chili cheese Fritos you had at 3 in the morning.
Oh my God.
That's my problem. I can get my diet right, man. I eat a lot of bullshit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you know, Marcus ain't going. Marcus found out you ate some chili cheese Fritos. He on your ass.
Look, man, you can eat what you want as long as you're working it off to a certain extent, though.
Yeah.
All that.
I like that. But yeah, Marcus, how was your week?
I can't complain, man. Huh?
Got you. That you got that provocative Black Panther back there behind you.
Yeah.
That's your,
I got Colin Kaepernick up in here too, just in case these white folks come in here. They know. They know where I stand.
I feel like that's your little transformation over there too.
What's that?
See that picture? That's a nasty picture, bro. Could be.
Yeah.
It is with this group.
Ate something good.
Yeah, come on.
It is with this group.
Ate something golden over there.
Yeah, you gotta go there.
Listen, say what you want. Hey, I saw that. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
That's the first thing you thought of?
Eating good. Drip, drip. Whatever. But Sable, you good? You all right? Got your hair?
I'm great. New hair? No nails done. New hair, no nails.
Sable, so how them DMs pop after the new story with the new hair and all that? I mean, we like to.
I got some interesting DMs. Like, not gonna lie, one of my ex's brothers slid in my DMs last night.
What'd he say?
He was like, "You fine as hell." He's like, he was like, "Can I come over?" And I'm like,
"Oh,
wow,
damn!"
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. Yeah.
What did he say?
I said no.
I didn't know. I had to ask. I mean, you might have been feeling him.
I said no.
I mean, you never know. You never know. Sometimes you shoot it, go in. You throw something against the wall and stick. You know, so it's like, can I come over? You might have been like, you know what? You can. Yeah, come on.
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No. It's against my personal policy to mess or flirt or date with friends of dabble, whatever the hell you want to call it, friends of men that I've dated in the past. I don't. It's messy. Yeah, can't do it.
So if he wasn't,
you need to pass.
Wouldn't do it.
Okay.
If he wasn't, I still wouldn't do it. I'm not attracted to him. He's an attractive guy. I'm just not attracted. He's very skinny. I don't like skinny men. Like, he's skinny. Like, he looked like one of them bugs off of Men in Black skinny. Like, just, he's skinny.
Is he above 6 foot?
He is. He's very tall. Okay. He's like 6'4", 6'4".
Snoop and Baby Boy vibes with the white beat on.
Yeah. No, can't do it.
He meets one requirement, the height.
He meets one, but that's it.
He meets one.
So what else is in the Sable policy book that we should know about?
I don't know. That's like a super vague ass question.
No, you said you get your policy, so you got to have like a pamphlet.
I do. I mean, I don't have it printed yet.
Yeah, put it up so everybody knows when it comes to your page.
On that Kevin Samuels joint. So how much you got to make?
At least as much as I make.
Why you sip the water like that?
You want to know?
What's up, Marcus?
I'm trying to Kevin Samuels thing. So you know. So he got to make. I don't know how much he make, but
Here's my thing. I don't really care about how much a guy makes if he's stable. So even if he makes less than me, I mean, granted, I'm pretty stable in my career. So I don't think I would be able to date someone who doesn't have the longevity in a career, shows no stability, or is working at McDonald's. Say what you want about it. It just doesn't make any sense for me. But you should at least be close to where I'm at. Yeah.
What if he been working at Mickey D's for about 5 or 6? That's pretty stable.
It is stable, but what are you doing? You still flipping burgers? You manager? What are you doing? And then how old are we? Because there's no real retirement plan. That's not a career.
Maybe.
I have a career. I have a retirement plan. I have something where I can grow and make massive amounts of money. You get a cap at McDonald's. There's no growth.
But maybe you can help him see life like that. Don't mean he's a bad guy.
It doesn't mean he's a bad guy. However, if we are in our 30s, you are over the age of 30, and I gotta help you figure out how to get your shit together.
I mean, maybe it's together. He want to switch career. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out.
No,
Fry guy.
I'm throwing it back. No.
I mean, I know a dude who was flipping burgers that now he's a CEO. Yeah, he was a CEO. He started flipping burgers. Now he's a CEO of that particular company now.
That's dope.
Flipping burgers.
I mean, everybody starts somewhere.
You would have passed him up.
I would have if I met him right now, yeah. Because I'm 30.
You met him right now, no, you wouldn't. But back then,
no, if I met him right now, probably not. If he's a CEO, probably not. Yeah. But at the age of 33, most of the guys that I'm interested in or talk to are older than me. So if you damn near 40 and you flipping burgers, what were you doing for the last 20 years of your life? That's what comes to my mind. It's not so much of like how much money you make. It's more so, what is your career? Are you going to offer me stability? What happens if I get laid off? What happens if you get laid off? Like, you know, those are the things I think people have to think about. People focus solely on how much money you make. You could be making a shit ton of money and get laid off tomorrow and not be able to find work for the next 2 years. Then what are you going to do? So there's different variables and situations. So it's not so much of how much money you make, but there's a lot of different things that go into whether or not he offers security and stability. But you ain't got to be no 6-figure baller. I don't care. I'm not looking for your money.
What would Game say? What would Game say in a situation like this? Anyway,
he would tell me that I deserve more. He would tell me to go after the ballers. That's what Game would say. He would tell me I deserve more.
He would tell you, you deserve everything.
And then he would also turn around and tell you, girl, the billionaires can't keep you happy either. So we don't really
who asked him though? That's what I want to know, yo. Who asked you, bro? Like who?
This is my thing.
Who wants to know what Game thinks?
Why is he giving relationship advice? Like whose idea was this? That's the only thing I'm at with Game. Like right now, nobody went to you and said, "Hey man, what do you think about relationships? I am in dire need for your advice on this. What do you think?" Nobody came to him and asked him this.
Nobody.
But listen, billionaires can't. What he said, billionaires can't keep him happy. 3 billionaires.
It says four billionaires lost their women. Money doesn't matter. Something like that.
Money doesn't matter. But also, girl, if he can't get you that Birkin bag, that dude.
If he can't pay all your bills, send his ass back.
Buy you everything. Then you know what?
Yeah, buddy confuses shit. People wonder why I be like, fam, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, no, listen, because I said it before, but I mean, in context, it's like with rap music, I know it's fucked up and people say entertainment, Lil Wayne being a prime example. But for, I don't know, 20 years, Lil Wayne been telling y'all how, you know, if one more person try to rob me or some shit, it's going to be 30 dread niggas in the lobby. I'm going to shoot this, I'm going to do this. And you like, nigga, where was them dreadheads when Baby was sunning you? Literally. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that has a little. I know people don't care because I argue with JP all the time and certain people about the entertainment value and the whatever. But if I don't feel it, I can't vibe out to your music and shit like that.
Yeah, I equate rap to movies now. It's just some form of art, man. Rapping movies, like you're not really rapping some shit you really
rappers
do.
Out there that can separate it and be entertainment. There are ones that you would never ever you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But in Game situation, rap and get the fuck out of there. Game spent a good number of years being a bully online and trying to fight with niggas little to him while getting butterfly tattoos and running from the fade with guys like 50 Cent and so on and so forth. So when you start to see those kind of things and them patterns of, okay, you are doing a lot of extra shit to portray this tough guy image, whereas a guy like Ice Cube went from 100 to kids movies and he's cool and he's straight, or Snoop can go out here and joke and do these things and he ain't necessarily online. Nigga, Snoop walk around with the shit y'all wearing, with them scarves y'all wearing on y'all head. Nobody say nothing. Ain't nobody saying nothing about Snoop. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it's the over masculine, over gangster, oh, I want to be tough mentality. And that's for anybody. That's regular niggas too. Like any nigga that's like, oh, I'm still in the hood. I'm in the hood. I kind of look at you like you a goofy.
But it sells records. It keeps that person in headlines.
It does.
And that's their job. Their job is to sell records. Their job is to make money. Their job is to stay relevant. So until
suddenly you want to do some, good shit, or you in the media for a gun charge or some dumb shit, and then people is talking about free the guy. So fuck him. He went looking for what he wanted. He grown. Let his ass learn the hard way. That's it. Like, again, do what you do. I don't know. Do what you do. Free the bros. It's just a weird. It's a weird flex to me. That's all.
People are going to exemplify any persona that they run with. You know what I'm saying? So with Game, that's a persona he tried to come into the game with. So he's still trying to hold on to it. My thing right now is that with Game is that he's trying to be famous for not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like if you're trying to be famous because you're a rapper, then rap. All right, put out some hot stuff. Then we'll talk to you. But don't come out here talking about relationship advice because now you see Justin LeBoy making some money. Now you see Kevin Samuels making some money, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw something out there. So Weedy got a whole bunch of clicks for this. So now I want to say something. But it's like you're not relevant right now, and you're not relevant for what you're supposed to be doing. Is the most important thing. So that's where I'm at with Game.
What he say? He said, "This is my top 10." Nobody asked you. But also, I'll rap any nigga right now. Like nobody asked you that either.
Like no.
And you ain't even put out no projects, no mixtapes in how long? Damn near a decade.
Right.
And just to validate my point, he said all of that tough shit. I'll rap against it. And when he get on the song with him, I dare anybody to go look. That's my brother from another mother. Any interview you've ever watched?
Oh, everybody's his brother.
Is his brother
like the rest of these lame ass niggas.
So at the end of the day, like and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I just see listen, I always say be cool, bro. I
just wish more rappers would be like the Baby. The Baby talk about knocking niggas out in his songs, and he really knocking niggas out in real life. The Baby is
like
not
even the Baby's baby is mad. You know what I'm saying?
The Baby's baby is ready, swinging the Baby's baby is ready.
Right. Like so Shorty flipped the card and said, "Change your heart on you." Why the fuck am I listening to you about dating advice? You flipped the card and it said, "Change your heart." You got nothing to say to me.
Dang, and he cried too.
You have nothing to say to me.
At the dating show.
Did he?
He said, "Yeah, I love her," and she flipped her card.
Watched it.
Nah.
I never
you have
watched
nothing to tell me about dating. Oh, look up Game on Change Your Heart.
And he did the little.
I never played that. I never watched it.
He's a funny dude, man.
Interesting.
Like I said, man, Buddy's interesting. I ain't gonna spend a whole segment on it, but as far as podcasts and personas and everything, I just say be cool. That being said, I'm gonna transition right into one of the biggest topics out there. That's Joe Budden and how that shit is going, how it kicked off, how y'all feel. I'm gonna leave it you. Go ahead, Santana.
No. Olivia Dope came out. She detailed episode.
I was going before that.
Where before? How far back?
Rory and Mal and
get to Rory and Mal.
Are you talking about Rory and Mal?
Yeah, all of that. And I only ask because a lot of, if y'all paid attention, a lot of what goes on or that transpired with that was about intellectual property, the ownership of it, them building the pod together, the finances and everything else. So one of the things that Joe said prior to it even happening was, I don't even know what's going on with my guys. I don't even know what's going on. He alluded to, I get on the podcast, I'm supposed to have cohesion with y'all, and I don't know what's going on in y'all personal life. One of the things that he mentioned was like, say I get on here with Marcus, and Marcus, I don't know shit about what you do in your personal life. I don't know who you know what I mean? None of that. And I think he was trying to say something along the lines of, if I push a joke too far, or if I go ahead and I put you on a spot about a relationship or something, and you not in the mood for that today, or you had a bad week or some shit like that, you now triggered. Then the money and everything else comes in. But how do y'all feel about podcasts or that situation, how it went down, and how far you should be going with your co-host? Or breaking bread? Me and Santana kind of talked about this already.
I feel like it's very hard to do business with friends. You can't do business with all your friends. You can't bring money into situations with your friends. I don't care how long y'all been friends. I don't care how long you've known each other, how solid they might seem that they are. As soon as you throw money into the mix, shit gets real funny. And so I think it's a classic example of doing business with your friends and not taking the friendship out of it. You have to take the friendship side out of the equation. You have to have the business side. You have to be able to make that switch, because if they did in fact have contracts and everything like that, it's really messy. And I feel like Joe, being the super narcissist that he is and just super toxic, he really just fucked everybody over. But you can't do business with all your friends. You just, it's one of those things where you really have to go into it completely educated.
What Joe was saying, and this is the part that I didn't like. I thought it was real nasty. Joe got on there. I understand he was upset, but he went on there and he basically said, "You know what, Marcus, you're fired. You know, I brought you on here. I actually don't even know how you got here. Who invited you in the first place?" And
you.
Listen,
right.
So look,
Exactly.
And Santana, you didn't have a place to stay. You lived with me. I didn't even know if you had money in your pocket, if you were working, if you were doing this, that, and the third.
Hiding detergent.
When you
that's the wildest shit ever to say.
You stayed with me,
the wildest shit ever to say.
And you put it in your room. I should have knew then. So it's like, when you get to that point, that's
what I'm saying. You can't do shit with all your friends, because you start to see they should have known better. Joe is he's the king of the meltdowns. But your friends, if you've never been in some shit with them, they're the first ones. If they're not that solid, some shit gets uncomfortable, especially if money's involved, they'll air your dirty laundry out. He should have never did that. Well, regardless if y'all had discrepancies over the contracts, don't dare your why would you air that shit out? Why would you say? And it wasn't we lived together. You lived with me. Basically, you a bum. Then you an extra bum because you hide laundry detergent. That's just so messy.
So hurt too, because all the episodes before that, he's always saying we live together. Me and Ma, we've lived together. We
right
lived
now,
together.
lives with
that
me.
nigga lived with me. Well, like it changed real quick.
What he basically went on, on to say was, because Marissa was a co-host at one point. He said, "Hey, listen, Marissa, say you couldn't compartmentalize your feelings. You didn't want to talk about Drake on here." And that's literally what he said. He said, "You didn't want to talk about Drake. You had personal relationships and personal feelings about Drake, but we got a podcast and you got to be able to get on here and say what you want to say. I ain't fuck with you. You fired." And I think he even alluded to she was in her feelings a little bit about them or whatever. I could be wrong. But then to come on there and basically say, it's my podcast. You don't have no say in the shit. And, I'm hurt because Santana, you should have never. We've been through the trenches, or like Marcus. I've known you for like since 19.
Yeah.
I've known you since high school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I've known you for X amount of years. You should never question my loyalty, and you should never question, and you should. There should never be a scenario where you take sides with Santana. That's wild.
Yeah, that shit. Like, how old are you, bro?
But y'all, listen. I don't watch the Joe Budden podcast. I know Joe Budden from that damn reality show. Well, obviously I know Joe Budden from him rapping, but the reality show to me showed me who Joe Budden was, and that's a toxic dude. And that dude is he always starting something and has no rationale behind anything or anything logical that he has anything to do with. He takes zero accountability for anything. Right. All right, and the way he reacts to certain situations, you know who he is. So when you talk about doing business with people, it's not just about doing business with your friends, but know who you do business with, period. Like whether it's your friend, colleague, whoever, you know who you're getting in business with. Like you understand getting it, like, okay, you know that friend that always lie about everything. You already know. He cool, but that nigga lie all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know which ones that do certain things. So you know getting in business with Joe Budden, what it's going to be. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get this bread. Joe got a podcast. Joe has a following, and it's big and it could be huge. But understand what can happen. I'm taking a risk of doing this because I know what's gonna happen with Joe. Like I understand what's gonna happen with Joe because it happens everywhere he goes.
Well, that's why Charlamagne and them kind of laughed at him because and it's you see episode 35 up there in the shit in the I'll name this podcast later. You go from literally the title was I'll name this podcast later to the Joe Budden podcast. That's the equivalent of Game 7. And you know what? We got a deal on the table. We're changing this name to Dwight Nash Podcast. How y'all feel about that? Dwight Nash.
I think you've been low key geared towards that though, listening to these last couple episodes. I've been watching you, fam.
Listen, you ain't listening close enough because most episodes I'll be like, shit, Santana, just take this shit away. I don't even want to do this shit today. But all bullshit aside, like you right, like it is what it is when it comes to Joe and the business. And that's why if you've ever listened to my music, if you ever seen me do anything, I don't feature and fuck with a lot of people. And a lot of people may not know this shit about me, but I've literally walked away from major deals and I've been involved in a lot of some of the albums that people love. Platinum records, platinum artists, and the rest of that. And if it's not for me, I can't fuck with you. That's how I started my career. There's magazines, there's literally MTV interviews and radio interviews and pictures and the rest of that out there. And most of my following comes from that industry shit. The one thing I've never done and I won't do is follow you in your entourage or dick ride you because you got a little bread, you got a little following. If you a weirdo, you just a fucking weirdo, And I've had niggas in the industry hate on me, but I don't fuck with nobody. I don't want no feature from you because it's gonna make me popping. I don't want no feature from you. I don't want you on my podcast because you cool. If I rock with you, I rock with you simply because I would like to break bread with you. I don't ask nobody for no money or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? When contracts get dealt or whatever you do with your business, that's on you. However you build, whatever you do. Hey, Sable, take control of this podcast. Hey, Marcus, you should probably do a sports podcast. Matter of fact, you should do a calendar. I still stand on that, nigga. With your Suge Knight chain. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that Suge Knight Death Row shit so we can get paid, man. If you get famous, I get famous.
Now I'm gonna go Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? Last time you came over the house, you was taking shit out the cupboard. You know what I'm saying? You was stealing protein shakes last time I went in the house. I went in your room, I see some protein shakes up in there.
Yeah, but you're right though. Like I learned it the hard way, man. I worked with one artist, if you would even want to call this nigga that. I worked with one person. I actually worked with a couple, but one in particular that I did songs with that I thought was dope early in my career. Nigga was a whole fraud. Nigga was scamming and doing everything. I highly doubt there's a 99% chance that this nigga wasn't even singing on the songs. And I can't get them songs back. No, listen, I'm dead serious.
Wow.
There's a 99% chance, 99.9% chance, because there's another artist out there that uses, you can go on YouTube and find every one of these old songs that I did with Buddy in the era that they came in. They were dope. This nigga, I thought we had some shit. Nigga's a whole fraud.
But see, that's a different story from what Joe Budden's situation is. I think if any of us walked into the Joe Budden podcast or whatever his situation is, we would know who we messing with. Like we know walking into this, like, all right, at some point this gonna blow up. Like it's
Rory and Mal knew who they were messing with. Rory and Mal knew who they were messing with, and I don't feel bad for them. Like y'all did that to yourselves.
No, you know.
I'm not saying he's right, but y'all did that to yourself.
So
you knew he was.
You know who you're doing business with. So in that case, like in your case, you didn't know. Like you didn't know this cat, this that you found out. But then if you decide to go back into it again with dude, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back in it with dude and you know that 99% of his stuff ain't real, then you decide to go back in again and then find out again, then that's on you. And that's a situation that they find themselves in. Joe Budden, look, we know who he is, man. Like you go into a Joe Budden, you know it's going to end. You know how it's going to end because all of them end the same way. And you know it. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time when you buying your time or you get to decide on when you leaving first. Because if he gets to decide, it's going to end the same way, like it always does.
You're 100% right with that. And I think most people was hoping that his situation and his relationship with them were a little bit more solid. I'm gonna be honest, I was one of them, man. I followed the podcast just like I follow Charlamagne's and other people's, and I listened to a lot of podcasts. I drove trucks for 12 hours at night, you know what I'm saying? And music just don't always cut it. Can't really watch videos. So listening to podcasts is kind of what got me into this way before pandemics and everything else. And you kind of hope that this is gonna work. You would never do your guys like that. Like Marlon, solid dude. Rory seemed cool. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like a lot of the shit that went on with Rory and a lot of the shit people were saying and some of the little laughs that he was a little phony to me. And I don't like phony. Like phony for me is like that really wasn't that funny, man. Like, why you laughing at that? That wasn't funny. But okay, that's your man's. You got him, cool. Rory, Maul, sorry. I just don't know. I just don't know why you would fuck over your guys. But Charlamagne and other people called it. Like the second you named it the White Nash podcast and you got 3 other people there, you open the floodgates for it. Somebody to say, it's my podcast. Do something.
Especially someone like Joe.
Well, you know he was gonna do it when he named it that. Like you already knew. Like as soon as he named it that, you knew that's what. Like you knew that's what was gonna happen. Like you knew. Like that's why I named it my podcast. So I can go out here and tell you when I want to tell you that it's my podcast and I'm done talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like
they should have seen that. They should have seen it coming just based on like listening to Rory and Maul go over the early days before like they actually had contracts. You guys are literally describing all the red flags that we're telling you don't do this shit. But money talks. And the thing is with Joe Budden is that the viewers that they have, that's why they get involved with it. They're like, listen, we're gonna take the chance and just hope. But no, all the red flags was there. Like you knew what's gonna happen.
This is what confused me. They said a lot oftentimes, and I understood it. Oftentimes what was rebutted and what was said was, this my homie, this my niggas, we getting paid to come in here and shoot the shit. It don't really matter. Like, we getting paid to do it. And I understood that. If you holding true to that, if at the end of the day, Marcus sit back and say, shit, for an hour and a half a week, I get to come in here and make 20 grand?
Part-time work.
Yeah, part-time work. And I get to just breeze, you know what I'm saying? I watched the movie this week, man.
Until I don't, which they know. That's what they think. I come here like
you find out.
Yeah,
I
can make 20 grand a week until I don't.
$1 million a week.
Right. But look, but as long as you listen, the thing is this: like they knew, all right, I can come in here and make whatever the amount of money is per week until I don't. And the reality of it is that if it's up to him, I know why. We know why. Like we know how it's gonna end. Now, if it's up to me, it's probably not gonna be. Because I'm gonna keep making this bread to get this free money. But as soon as it's named the Joe Budden podcast, I already know. Well, this will be coming to an end soon, so I'm just gonna buy my time collecting these checks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I'm David Ruffin, and these.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Rory.
The thing is, they had their name in the small print though. You know, it was about that tiny. That tiny. It's like Joe Budden podcast. It was like with Rory and Maul. So, you know they names was there. You know what I mean?
Here's the kicker, right? So they asked for money. They asked to see the books.
Okay.
So
Joe Budden.
Listen, so Joe, Joe claims I overpaid y'all. They say all we wanted to do was see the money. There's no way I made 20 grand this week, and I know we sold way more tickets at this, and I made 20 grand this week. Something off. And you got a deal over here, and the lawyer's calling me. I'm still making the same amount of money. Why they contacted me? So they said, all right, we want to audit you. We want to see the books. That's all we want to do. Joe said basically, nah, you can't see these goddamn books. I'm not opening books. And if you got to check the books, fuck you. We ain't friends no more. I overpaid you all fucking.
Craziest
you want to know what's nastier and funnier? When he said that it was in his contract that he couldn't fucking tell him. You remember him saying that?
Yeah. Listen.
He said, it says in my contract I can't tell y'all shit.
Yeah, okay.
I could be held liable if I tell you guys anything.
Yeah, okay.
But no,
he told me. See, did you tell me that you overpaid? See, this is the thing. Like, hold on. Listen, I can't get into people like that because you know what? When you start talking me crazy, now we got to do something else because you know what? You ain't about to just sit here and tell me that not only F you, but you overpaid me. Okay, well, you know what? You about to get your shit back then. Let me go ahead and give you some back. Let me go ahead and return the favor. I don't have time. I don't have time for that. He caps it off in the nastiest way though. Joe capped it off saying,
And if you try to start another podcast, I'll sue you.
I'm gonna sue you. He said, I'm gonna sue you.
Gonna sue the pants off of you. What he said.
So you overpay me.
What?
Now you don't want me to make any more money.
Hold on. I'm fired.
You're in breach of your contract.
I'm in breach of my contract. And if I try to start another podcast because you fired me, I'm no longer on this, I'm gonna sue the pants off of you. That's nasty. These are his friends.
At least a year.
Gee,
I gotta stay broke for at least a year.
That's nasty, bro.
Does Joe Budden seem like a dude who has friends?
No.
Like like everybody knows how this guy is, Joe. Like everybody knows how Joe Budden is. Like he's not friends with anybody.
Oh, man.
He's not friends with anybody.
He Russell Westbrook, NBA.
Russ got more friends with him.
Yeah.
Russ got more friends than Joe Budden, man.
Listen, it's just nasty. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like, and this is where Joe gonna lose, because we're gonna get into what Santana started talking about. Joe gonna lose because Joe typically, historically, sabotages things, and what you don't do, he brought personal into the shit. And a lot, like I said, the points that I made or the things that I really wanted to touch upon, because business is business, and my man's nasty with all business. The thing that I wanted to touch upon is the fact that this dude felt that he needed to know, say, but what you did today? I don't know what you did today. Why are we doing a podcast? We're not friends. We're not cool. I don't know what you did. I don't want to. Santana, what the fuck? Damn. You over there living your best life, and you in the club, and I go on Instagram, and that's the only time I know what you're doing? Like, we can't do a podcast. And if you try to start another podcast, matter of fact, Marcus, you bought detergent and you didn't share it with me, dog. So I was gonna take money out your pocket.
Like, bro, come on, man. This is my dude when they said you had detergent in the bedroom. Like, what?
Those are the things that had me like, you didn't have to do all of that.
Yeah, I laugh, but why even say it?
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I laughed about it and I saw it, and you know, like I said, there's a lot of people that have known me for a lot of years. Joe is a prime example of the reason why I don't tell people my personal business, man.
That's why you can't tell nobody your personal business.
Absolutely.
Because as soon as they get in their feelings, that's the shit.
That he is a prime example of why. I've had people ask me like, yo, you talk to your brother today? You talk to him? And I'm like, yeah. Hey, what they do for a living, or I don't fucking know. Hey, y'all talk about this? No, we didn't. Why? Because as soon as a motherfucker get mad at you, you a one-armed nasty son of a bitch. I didn't tell you that shit for you to aim it back at me. Nigga.
That's
why
silly,
you told the world some shit that I told you because you mad? Fuck out of here. Like, he is a prime example of why.
That's disgusting.
It is. It's
a different dude, man. He's just a different dude, and
a lot of niggas out there like that.
But it's a lot of dudes like that. But for him, fortunately, he's the one that makes that type of money. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that he displays it though. Like, he don't even hide that. Like, he doesn't hide who he is. Like, we all know who he is. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? And he's made money off of that. So why would he change?
Yeah.
Like, he's made money off of that. People listen to his podcast. People listen to Love and Hip Hop because of that. Like, because of him and because of how toxic he is. Like, he's made a living off of being that way.
I don't watch none of that shit. Reality
right.
TV.
But you can't deny this. He's made a living off of being that way. So why would he change?
You right. And I understand. And again, just in the mind state of being transparent, like, that reality TV show never appealed to me. There's a lot of things that niggas do, that toxic shit. Even in the Black Lives Matter movement, there's a lot of people that feel you have to be fully committed to Black lives or Asian lives mattering or unity and shit. And it's like, fam, listen, I'm not dedicating to no bullshit, bro. At the end of the day, my body of work is gonna speak for itself, and the shit that I do and the way that I move is cool enough. If it's not enough for you, cool. But I'm not tuning in to see bitches throw glasses of Moet and champagne in each other's face because they mad and they fake met up for some TV shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. All of that shit, all of them little fucking shows and all that toxic shit, that shit's cool for niggas that ain't got shit to do in no life and don't want to motivate themselves. But that shit is corny, man. That shit is good.
I mean, like, yeah,
I'll be watching the shit out that shit, bro.
I was like, I watch it.
I'll be watching the shit out
entertaining as fuck.
Like, yo, what Ray J gonna do? What Ray J about to say?
Listen,
I know Santana watching because Santana want to watch Bow Wow and fucking.
I'm 100% watching that shit, bro.
I want to watch that just for Soulja Boy.
I am not.
How do you not want to see that? I'm about to watch all of that shit. I'm watching all of that.
Soulja Boy got one song.
Yeah, he about to get washed, but
look though.
But if he goes in the shit, if he goes in his producer bag though, it's gonna be a long day.
If he goes in his producer
bag, like it's gonna be a long day. I say that.
Right.
It's a lot of shit that people don't know he produced.
He a confident dude though. I'll tell you that. He believes.
Terrence, get the.
Of course, you watch Married at First Sight, Terrence. That sounds like some shit. You sound like you got TLC on last on your remote right now.
Yo, you should have kept that comment to the motherfucking self.
I can't wear. I got.
You watch 90 Day Fiance?
I got a trophy around here somewhere, bro. Hold on.
Yo, I got it. What was the show that game was on? What was it called?
Change of Hearts.
But listen,
Change of Hearts. I didn't look that up.
Change of Hearts. Yeah, look at it.
Listen, Game was on another one. He got sued for that. Didn't want to pay the girl. Y'all know.
Oh, he tried to do that Flavor of Love type shit, didn't he? That shit.
I think so.
She said he didn't want to pay the girl. And
not 90 Day, the other one. Ooh.
I'm sorry, you got standards. I'm so sorry.
I'll never watch 90.
Terrence.
I'll never watch 90 Days.
Yeah.
Yo, that's nasty. I've never even heard of Married at First Sight. I've heard of The Bachelor.
I mean, I've heard of.
Look, anything on TLC is. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, that the prison one or whatever. What's the name of that one? That shit's funny as hell.
Love after lockup or some shit.
Oh,
yeah, that shit is insane.
Hold on.
That's insane.
I've never heard of this show before. Love After Lockup.
Love After Lockup, bro.
Love
that shit is lit. That shit is lit.
Where is that on? What channel is that on?
See Britt say bravo.
I gotta write this shit down.
It's like it's one of those things like you watch
there.
And it like sucks you in because you're like, this is really happening right now.
What?
It's
Love After Lockup.
It's crazy.
Love After Lockup, huh?
Oh my mama, I'm with what did listen, what did they do? You get locked out.
Yeah, they be locked up. Motherfucker wrote some letters to them. They get out. That's what they in a relationship with.
They start a relationship in prison.
Then he get out and find out who he was really messing with. Then he magically shows up to the door. Now you fight. Like it's crazy, bro.
What?
I'm telling you.
What is going on?
What?
Hey, I'm telling you.
Wait,
You really gotta watch. Just go to YouTube and watch the highlights, bro. You'll see.
Nah, bro.
You gotta really sit there and watch it. It's all on YouTube.
Give me one example of why they got out and they fought the person that held them out. Give me one example. Please tell me. Please.
Bro, it's so like
it was Bubba.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
He got that bitch out of the lockup. He thought it was Sharon. It was Bubba. What?
Boy, you gotta watch, man.
What? I don't. Okay, Love After Lockup. I'm broke, dog. I ain't got it. I ain't got it, Joe.
That view says otherwise.
Look.
You follow Marcus on IG. We saw those boxes of shoes.
Yo, that's a fake. That's a fake background.
The green screen.
He pulled
got the green screen up.
Yo,
that
Joe,
money
that's a fake background.
That's prop money. I ain't got no money. Money.
This money ain't real. This ain't real. This money ain't real.
This money I got on Instagram. Yo, you got $1 million in shoes over there, my G. $1 million. And I know from the last gold box that you just opened this morning. With a
code. Did you open it on IG? Because I didn't see it. I just saw the boxes.
He didn't open. He
open up the phone right now.
I'm waiting. I was waiting. I saw the box and I was like,
I'm about to go right to IG. Like, hold on.
Yeah, I tuned in. I'm not even gonna lie.
I know they're Kobe's, but I'm just trying to see what's in the box.
I have never waited for somebody to reveal what was under the Never. When I seen the Kobe logo at the time and place that I'm in life, I said, what the fuck he got over there? And you never did open them. So now you just got to say,
I'll open them, man. I'll open them.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you need to open them. I'm trying to see what those are because I've been looking on StockX at some Kobe's and I'm like,
I can't find none.
Let me turn my notifications on.
I can find them.
You can find them, Joe. You just
it's just the price.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. I can't find none that I can afford.
Yeah,
you can't find none that you want to pay for, which is two different things. It's like, no, that's two different
there's some that I can. There's a lot that I can afford, but
I can't afford or want to pay is two different
things.
There's some black and white Jordan 1s that I've been eyeing for like a month, and I can't bring myself to spend that kind of money on them.
I get it, man. Don't get hooked. Don't get put on the pipe. You know. You know, look,
shit is rough, baby.
It's like going to your little meeting with the sneaker homies too. They don't talk you out of it either. They be like,
no,
I get it. I understand. I got it. Then after we buy this shit, we be like, damn, we shouldn't have bought it. Man, why? All right, we're gonna quit. We're gonna stop. And then here it go again.
So you have a shoe addict circle, like y'all have a support group?
We do, man.
Hey.
You know,
had deliveries. He never even. I seen the video. He never even opened the box. He knew they was coming. He put them off in his whole room with all the rest of his shoes and was like, "I'm not opening them." I seen all them shoes. It don't make sense.
It doesn't. It makes zero sense whatsoever.
But
I can't make sense of it.
Listen, here's the thing. If you sold them today, we rich. Y'all like how I put it?
Say we.
I mean, look, I will say this. We'll have some cheese. This ain't Bitcoin now. Now we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying?
We in the age of what's the NFTs? We in the age of NFTs and people just want shit. You can't find nothing, especially when it's sentimental value or down the line it's gonna be worth something. I damn near think we leaning towards and going towards the age of Demolition Man, where if you got some vintage candy bars or something in there, you rich. I damn near feel that way.
The thing is today is that like a lot of shit that I have that's real old, like the new sneaker generation, they don't really care about that. They only care about all the hype shit. So so all the stuff, like I got a lot of stuff that a lot of people haven't seen or don't have any value to them just because it ain't hype. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a collab. It means something to me, but don't mean anything to them. So like for me, those shoes, I probably wouldn't ever sell them. You know what I'm saying? They mean something to me, but they wouldn't gain as much money on the market just because they're not a collab. Now, if you got a collab, like I got some stuff back there too that's ain't never been worn dead stock. That's collabs. That's just doing dumb money. You know what I mean? But I ain't selling that either. They're just gonna collect dust.
If you want somebody to buy shoes, not all in your video creasing them shits up, that pro. That's all I'm hearing over there, boy. You got some shoes. I applaud it. I'm still mad at my mama for selling my or I don't even know what she did with my goddamn basketball cards that I had.
Oh man, my mama still got all my cards, bro. Still got them.
This nigga rich too, Santana.
Woo! I still got them all.
Santana.
Oh man, you just reminded me.
What's up, bro? I like that
still
shirt
got
you
them.
got. What that shirt say?
Who that?
Your shirt.
Your shirt.
Oh, I can't see Jason blocking. Yeah.
Jason.
The Looney Bin, bro. Yep.
That's a nice shirt you got there, man.
Appreciate it.
Friends, right?
Hey, I see your store too, though. Relax. I seen your store up there.
I'm just saying you
I
got.
gotta hit that site up.
I don't know. I went off to the Army. Don't know what happened to my card collection. What I do know is I had an extensive card and CD collection, and
see, luckily my mama a hoarder, so I still got. Yeah, I still got shit from. I got the original newspapers from the Bulls, all the Bulls championships, all that shit like that. Somewhere I still got like the original print newspaper. Still got them. So
I think the only original newspaper I got was when Obama got elected.
Oh,
I saved that and I had it covered and everything. It's at my mom's house. Hopefully, still at my mom's house. I might have to go check on that, but yeah.
What else you got for us? What was the
Hi, Sean.
I mean, look, we can't get past. We're gonna talk about Joe Budden. We can't get past the most important part of the whole Joe Budden situation this week. Was it with what's her name? Santana?
DJ. Olivia Dope. Yep.
Yeah,
she got on and she highlighted the episode in particular. I think it was like episode 16, not an ad, but like see the I don't remember the name of it. See the thing is or something like that. But I watched every time. I watched the whole episode plus the timestamps. That shit was nasty, bro. Like,
I still gotta watch the episode. I watched her like her notes and everything, but I didn't watch the actual episode where like the edits.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't watch the episode. I just watched the edits.
No, you know I did. I watched the one you put in the chat where it has the cuts where
just the timestamps alone. Right? That's all you need. That's all you need to see. I just watched the whole thing to see the vibe.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
Mad uncomfortable.
I think it's important because in the simple fact that although there were things there was a lot of things going on and how the dynamic and the atmosphere that was going on throughout the whole podcast, because she was sitting there saying, hey, I feel uncomfortable here, but then what she was giving off wasn't uncomfortable either. You know what I'm saying? But now she's saying she's laughing it off, trying to not show that she's uncomfortable. But while we're watching the show, even though she's giving the timestamps, she seems like she's kind of okay with it. Then her castmates are definitely co-signing on with Joe. Like they're definitely taking it as it's a joke and they're just running with it. And obviously, and they almost were trying to basically get her to actually laugh with them even more than what they were. So it's interesting to kind of look at the episode from how she timestamped it and to say how she was really feeling to what I was viewing throughout the episode, because had she not done that, I would have never taken it that way. Now, I agree. Some of the stuff he said, you just don't say. Like even when she was like, some B, what do you say?
Hit the button,
bitch. Hit the button or some shit.
And it's like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah.
Like you can't talk to a female like that. Like, I don't care what you do, who you do, what your network is, you can't talk to a female like that. Like you can't say that. They can call each other that, but you can't call them that. Okay? Just as simple as that. You know what I mean? So then she was talking about how a lot of things got deleted out, you know what I'm saying, of the episode, which was interesting to see if that would have happened or not, or what was going on. But it was crazy, man, because obviously, and from a point of view of Sable, you're the only female on this show. You know, it's how we talk about if anybody was kind of joke about something or say something, it's a fine line between, okay, that's a joke and maybe you feeling uncomfortable, and how you would address that as a female is saying, hey, I need you to address this. I'm not trying to call you out, but I need you to know that that's not okay right now.
Well, and it goes back to knowing, like we said, with the whole Rory and Mal situation, you got to know who you're doing business with. Now, me, I have a little bit more of an open mind. I probably joke worse than a lot of men do. So certain things may not affect me, but I also have no problem speaking out if I feel disrespected. However, I have been in situations similar to hers where, especially at my workplace, because of where I work and the people that I deal with, where you have had some men, especially if they're powerful, they might make jokes that make you uncomfortable. And you're so shocked, you don't know what to do. You're so in a state of, did this really just happen? So you have that kind of uncomfortable laughter and kind of, all right, let me just play it off. I don't want to ruffle any feathers or make a big deal about it. You know, maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. Like it's something that as a woman, I think majority of women have experienced once or twice. I'm glad she said something, but he got to know Joe pushes the line way too fucking much, and he's out of pocket. Even if she was, it's just, he even said, I don't know you like that. We should go out. We should hang out. So if you don't know her like that, why are you playing with her like that? Right. If it really wasn't that serious, why are you playing with her like that?
Joe's a different type of dude, man, because he definitely came off to me as entitled, and in that particular episode, to have the balls to go on there, even in his apology, to go on there and be like, us at the Joe Budden Network or Joe Budden, whatever.
You mean you?
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
I know us.
You. This ain't CBS. This
Everybody
ain't
sitting there
Viacom.
looking at him like,
this is you.
Network.
That's you.
I would have jumped in there. Camera ain't no us.
Yeah.
I was in the back.
Y'all allow me in most episodes or whatever to edit things out. Some shit harmless, some shit harmful, but I've noticed the, quick bathroom breaks come back, whatever. You notice them things, but that was one of the reasons why I've always said I record live. I record live, and it's same time, same place, There's no editing. There's no coming back and being like, oh, let's do that over. Let's do this. And a lot of people never really understood why I wanted to do that. One of the main reasons is I'm confident in who the fuck I am. You got some shit to say it in the comments. Guess what's going to happen? We're going to address it. If you don't like me, don't sub me. Say it. But aside from that, for me to get out of my body and to sit back and say, yeah, we should fuck, or we're going to be a power couple, or we're going to do this is a wild thing to do, whether you're a CEO, you're a regular dude on the show or whatever. He put that woman in a position where she, I'm sure, felt like what most women feel on the daily is, do I address this now? Why are they complicit in this? Everybody's laughing. Is this a joke? Is this serious? I feel uncomfortable personally. Do I want to lose my job? Do I want to risk it? Is it an opportunity? I've worked for this. I've worked for it. And then at the end of the day, she decided to walk off, which is always telling to me, because one of the big things in the Bill Cosby shit that I always said was, why the fuck did you come back? One time a nigga touch you a wrong way and you don't say nothing or you don't do nothing. Most of the victims said they came back. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people probably kill me for this, but as an adult, if you know that somebody is not good for you and somebody drugged you, touched you inappropriately, and you come back, that to me sounds like consent. That to me says that you made a conscious decision to go along with whatever that is for either personal gain or whatever. Now, if you leave, she did, and then she come back and address it, nothing to gain. Lawyers said what they needed to say. I kind of believe you, but you can't convince me in most situations, whether you're gaining or whatever, that you didn't go into it and feel like, oh, Marcus, you said what to me? And I came back and we was cool and whatever. You're a rapist. You did me wrong. No, you did yourself wrong. You did that wrong. If you had a problem with it, address it up front. And I think she fed off of it. Watching it back, like you said, Marcus, watching it initially, I probably was just like, yo, Joe is wild. I think that's what most people probably say. Yo, this nigga's wilding. You're wilding. To watch it back and her explain it is like,
you needed the edits. You needed edits. You needed her to explain it the way she did. And I can't remember now. Did she say that he was like, I want to F you?
Yeah.
And they edited that out and they took it out. Is that what happened?
She said a lot of things that he said, including hugging her and grinding on her, that she didn't see till going back. And it feels like she was basically saying what a lot of women have said. They had an out-of-body experience where they were there, but they weren't there. And she was probably calculating things and trauma and what the fuck is going on. You even see her go back and say, this is awkward. I'm sure in that moment, she probably had a bunch of emotions not sadly, but realistically, what I've said in our group chat was, the thing about harassment is it's at the discretion of that person.
Exactly.
And you know,
my thing was
somebody that they didn't feel uncomfortable or they didn't handle it right.
But there were two other females there too, as well.
And they listen, what I saw from the other girls was they was going hard. They was like, yo, Joe, you can't say that and fuck that and whatever.
Mandy was. Bridget was kind of.
They did, especially
Bridget kind of told the line. Mandy was like going at it.
She told him, look, you can't say that. As far as when he said the B, you can't say that. But honestly, I didn't feel like they were coming to her defense throughout that whole show to that edit. Like, I didn't feel like that. Like, I didn't feel like they felt her being uncomfortable.
But I feel
like they were trying to put that fire out.
Because he already alluded to, he knew him, he had a relationship with them outside. Again, he's consistent with what he said as far as the men's
regardless of the fact, they know that, but listen, they also know that they don't have a relationship outside of this. So her friends know that as well. So knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, what's going on? All right, okay. You know, I'll see it.
Hi, Sean. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, continue.
Go ahead.
Continue.
So they know everything that we know. They know everything that Joe knows. They know that she doesn't know Joe like that. They don't have a relationship. They also know the comments that Joe has made to her because Joe has made them in front of them. So for me, watching that back, I I was trying to see if the other girls at some point were feeling her uncomfortableness and being like, can we try to put out this fire a little bit? And I don't feel like they did. Now, they're addressing the B part. You got to address that.
Well,
I mean, you have to address that. I mean,
that's what I'm
no
saying.
matter if you feel like your girl is awkward or not, you got to address that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you watch Joe Budden podcast, let me tell you an awkward moment for me, right? An awkward moment for me a couple weeks ago, before all the bullshit happened with them. Rory, Maul, Joe, they do this little back and forth. You could tell there's tension in the room. It ain't a lot of cohesion. But Joe invites Rosa Acosta on the show. Rory's damn near engaged, if not married, and living with his woman. He telling Rosa to get all up on Rory, and she's doing it. It's on camera. He released it. I looked at it and I was like, yo, this is awkward, because at the end of the day, we know who Rosa is, old video chick, bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got your homeboy in a situation where you know he got a woman at home and you're gonna air it. Forget what's behind the scene. You're airing an episode where this woman is all up on this man, touching them titties, all on, you know what I mean?
I think I seen a video of that. I seen a video of that.
It's the video of it.
Yeah, dude was telling like this is uncomfortable, like this is awkward.
Yeah,
like,
and again, not for nothing, but Rory's grown. Get off me.
But you're in a tough situation because you don't want to be that disrespectful to her.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is in the essence of in a you know, trying to be consistent with who Joe is. He don't give a fuck.
No, he don't.
And it's not men. Those dudes that are around him are yes men.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, not sorry, but yeah, you don't want to make it awkward. But if I'm in the studio and I truly, you know, my thoughts, because she was upstairs and she was upstairs for a reason. That episode wasn't just there to be interviewed. She was upstairs. So if you there for Joe, fuck with Joe.
Right.
Get her the fuck up off me. And if she's there for the crew,
Xfinity must have cut him out.
They had enough of his shit.
I mean, the thing is with that is that you just, no matter what he's there, you don't put your boy in an uncomfortable situation. You know what I'm saying?
No, but Joe doesn't respect relationships. Joe's never respected his own relationships. He doesn't respect personal boundaries. So it's not surprising at all.
Joe don't respect anything. You know what I'm saying? But I shouldn't have to listen. We know that, but I shouldn't have to come to work and you put this girl all up on top of me, knowing my wife is watching this show, knowing that I'm
right.
engaged.
I shouldn't have to tell you.
Like, I don't have to go into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know better. I don't need to go into this. I don't need to tell her, listen, you know my situation. You know what's going on. Even if you don't respect that, just respect me. You don't respect relationships, that's fine, but respect me as a man. Respect me and my boundaries as a man. You know what I'm saying? But he don't respect the damn thing. So
what was it, Santana? You watched it, man. You know, they had a lot of episodes where they alluded to, and they would get down to, you know, one of the things that I loved about watching and listening to the show, whether it was Cap or otherwise, but they would touch on a lot of things. And some of the things that they would touch on that I really liked was the fact that, you know, there was certain codes and certain things that women did that they didn't understand from men. And they would put that out there like, yo, why are you worried about Shorty? I'm not fucking with Shorty. Shorty is clearly visible. She's not her. You know what I'm saying? Or shit like that. And then you get to listen to them. You know, I know you understand what I'm talking about, Santana. You get to listen to them talking about how certain relationships they build with certain people when they come into Houston or they come into Dallas or they come into, you know, Chicago or some towns, they got them. But your woman wouldn't necessarily understand it. I ain't fucking her or whatever. This is a relationship that I built. She's connected to this. This is what it is. I got certain people I only fuck with when I come there. So the business aspect of it, I understood. Now, we can go to the undertones of certain shit because everybody honest and real. There's certain niggas, NBA players, leagues or whatever, rappers that come to town and they want their little dip. Tiger Woods showed us that. But
shit, he ain't the first. Come on, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't the first. So if we talking and you know my woman is typically there, or if I'm going through some shit, or if I don't want to fuck with Shorty, why would you then air some shit or even entertain or push some shit on air that would incriminate me and fuck me up and make me go back home to this? That was the thing about it that just kind of had me fucked up because I'm gonna be honest. Like I watched Rory mention his woman all the time. Santana, you might have heard it.
Yeah, all the time.
So it feel like he's single.
Oh, he say I don't want to be messy talking about other people's relationships, but
between
that type of shit and between the shit academics is on, like it looks silent for him right now.
Yeah,
he looks like he's single right now.
Right, and
he hasn't even mentioned her at all. Every episode, it was. I ain't gonna say her name, but every episode.
And then if I'm starting to add and pick up the blocks, and I'm getting to a point, but if I start to pick up and add the blocks together, you got this woman in here, you aired it. And I normally talk about my woman. I'm not talking about it. I'm clearly on edge. You talking about how I don't know what's going on in your relationship, in your personal life. I'm telling you, it's not up for you and up for you to even know about it. But I'm dealing with some shit, and it's not some shit that I talk to you about. Whether you want to know it or not, it's just not some shit that I'm gonna give you. But it sounded like to me, my man Rory was going through some shit in his personal life, and Joe Budden did everything that he could to egg him on to bring him down to that level of misery, right? Same kind of thing they did with Savon being behind the scenes and everything that they did from the Apple Music playlist on of teasing this man and shooting this man's whole, game and get back and whatever. It's a wild thing to sit back and find entertainment in somebody's misery. So that all spoke to me, whether it was the woman's podcast or the men, to what you were saying earlier, Marcus. There's a certain type of nigga, and that nigga is just like, come be miserable with me.
No, he taking the whole house down. He need no brown. I'm taking all y'all with me.
If it's behind the scenes, it's gonna be on the scenes now with him. That's another thing.
Yeah, you can't trust him.
Because Rory wasn't saying nothing. Like he does all the little shit to try to make Rory sell to bring it to light type. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, and Rory and Mal even alluded to the fact that the new cats, Ice and Ish, they ain't
rocking with him like that either.
Yeah,
it ain't like how they make it look.
It wasn't even they wouldn't rock with him. It was alluding to the fact that Joe really don't rock with them like that. So it's like, yo, you talking about people and you fucking up relationships and shit like that. And it's like, yo, you bound to go down in flames. But I say all that to say, Buddy's consistent in one thing only, and that is the fact that he really don't give a fuck. He wants you to be miserable with him. He wants you to be fucked up with him. He gonna burn that whole bitch down, like you said, Nino Brown.
Yeah.
You coming with me type shit, and it's wild. It's just a nasty thing, but like you said, know who you doing business with, know who you fucking with at the end of the day.
And even the people who doing business with them know it too. They gotta know it.
Oh, they should know, because it just popped up on my phone. Another ex co-host just came out with some shit on them. They literally just popped up on my phone.
Like they gotta know.
For security.
And all the stuff that's happening, especially with girl, it's like, you know what? Nobody's surprised. Nobody's surprised about this. But see, it's different when it's not scripted. You can't act a fool when VH1 ain't scripting it. You can't really do all that. So now it's a whole different ball game. And in this culture, it ain't going down. But you know who you're doing business with. They know. They had to know.
Yeah.
Who was the next person, man? Nick Cannon, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Nick Cannon. Black excellence.
King Toxic.
Out of here. They said he's trying to King Toxic. Hey, listen, I'm gonna applaud him for one thing and one thing only.
What? Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm gonna applaud him for one thing, and that is changing the narrative of what a fuck boy is. Because for a long time, the typical fuck boy, and this is no pun intended to what he's actually out there acting on and doing, but Nick wasn't necessarily considered in his type of.
Nick was a clown. Nick flew under the radar. He was classified as a clown. But that's why you can't trust these niggas. Because you never know. Never know. These niggas out here hiding. You can't trust these niggas.
You already knew that they knew. Like,
period.
We may not have known.
Niggas.
We may not have known, but everybody in the industry know. Okay, I agree. Nick Cannon's a cornball. Nick Cannon's a cornball.
What?
But you know what?
Did anybody know that
Curry right now? You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
he's Steph Curry.
Who knew Nick was a sniper out here? Yo, who didn't know that?
Hold on. Exactly.
Who didn't know that, bro?
No. The industry knew Nick was knocking them off. That was a consensus around for years. Nick is knocking them off. What you call him? A hardcore assassin, a sniper. He got a list.
Right. No, but this nigga got 7 kids. That's completely different than knocking bitches down.
That says more.
Every nigga in the industry.
Somebody letting them.
Hold on. It definitely is different.
Like he be on the shade room one day, and then here you come tomorrow, letting them hit and getting pregnant and posting it.
Like, look, the simple fact that 2 chicks posted 2 Valentine's Day things on the same
What
day.
you got, Sean?
Like, what?
Hold on.
You had 2 different women post how much they love you on Valentine's Day. 2.
Who gonna post it? Who gonna post it this week for number 8 and 9? Though? That's what I'm waiting to see.
Hold on. 2 things.
Father's Day about to be lit.
Yo, and then the last one was like happy. The last one was happy that she was pregnant. Like, I'm like, okay, for real.
He said, I'm in a club. I'm in here. Listen, 2 things. They said he went from a sniper to shooting up the club. That's a whole different shooter. Shooting up the club. And
And what?
That's what?
Listen, I can't even talk right now. I can't. Nigga's different. This nigga's different, yo. This nigga wrapping up the wrong head.
Hey, but he said it out loud what he was on though. I don't know if y'all
he did
on that TI podcast. He told us to our face. He told us to our face.
What did he say on the podcast? I mean,
he doesn't believe in he doesn't believe in monogamous relationships. So he believes in that shit, which is cool. Whatever.
He said it.
But God, I didn't know he was starting this year every month. Like,
you ain't trying to start a drive. I mean, God, like you may not want to have a monogamous relationship, but God dang, like you ain't gotta go make babies with all of them.
Hey,
like,
he told us to our face, yo.
Said he wrapping the wrong head up.
Like. And look, what does it say about these chicks though? Because
I want to know what Mariah did to him. Because after Mariah, I feel like that's when he really started to go wild and the fuck out.
No pun intended, huh?
No, he knew who he was. You found out. Listen,
no pun intended. No, every pun intended.
Look, sometimes when you get that one, you're like, okay, now you figure out who you are. He didn't know who he was then. He pulled Mariah. He pulled Mariah. So anything is possible now. Anything.
He had 2 kids with Mariah, so he has 5 kids out of wedlock. 5 kids out of wedlock.
How many baby mamas?
Hey, somebody letting them do it.
4 now. 4?
Right.
I think
so
4.
What is it saying about these females that keep laying up and being like, okay, get me pregnant?
Hussies. You had to sing it like that though.
Had to.
How much money does this dude have?
Enough.
They got a lot of money.
My point is that he got a whole bunch of money. If these females keep being like, you know what, I'm gonna lay up.
The worst part about this, what sucks about this is that, and I look at it from the child's aspect, is that those kids will never have a full-time father.
Never.
They'll never have a full-time father. They will only see him sporadically throughout the year, especially if he's going down the track that he's going and still wants to make more kids. They will never have a full-time father.
I don't know. I'm putting nothing past Nick. It's probably about to be a bunch of sister mamas out here. That's gonna be next on the Shade Room Watch. I'm telling you, all right, y'all heard it from me. Y'all heard. I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised when it come out. They got a whole compound. They all live together.
It's just so irresponsible, man, to just go out here and do this.
It is very reckless and very irresponsible.
It's
ghetto. It's ghetto as hell. It's ghetto as hell.
Damn.
It's very ghetto.
Like if he didn't have any money, he'll be getting dog like crazy.
And see, that's the craziest part is that because he has money, everyone thinks, it's fine, they'll be all right. But the guys that do it from regular, then it's like, oh, you're a horrible person. You ain't shit.
Same as chivalry.
You doing this?
You got the money, it don't matter. That's all I've ever been saying.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. The bread,
it's wrong. I hate it here.
Like
I hate it here too, Terrence.
Actually, like Shade Room is actually out here celebrating this shit. Like they out here talking about.
Oh, congratulations on your 7th child.
Congratulations. Instead of saying, "Nigga, what is you doing?"
I think it's
like, what are you doing?
But in the skeet news, that boy getting it up, man. He got the money. Fuck it, the boy. And what you gonna do? It's Nick. He's corny.
That's what the women saying.
He's wholesome. It's Nick Cannon, dad. Nick Cannon's hilarious, dad. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, women are not out here tearing his ass down. They not denying the man. They gonna still, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I need
going right to IG, posting the baby name and everything, bro. Straight to IG.
Listen, it's embarrassing.
It really is
trash.
It's trash, man.
It's trash.
It is
everything we said.
This whole situation
Man.
The whole situation gives me hot dog water vibes. Hot dog water vibes. Hot dog water vibes. It's trash. It's ghetto as hell. Don't nobody want it. This is trash. I hate it here.
Listen, what does that say
about
women that, like you said, are complicit and are sitting back here saying, I don't got shit? Because that's all he's saying. Well, I don't know what I'm doing in my life. I don't know where I'm going. Fuck it, I'll get pregnant by Nick Cannon.
Right. I'm a wilding out girl. I have no future. And you know what? I'm about to go ahead and get pregnant.
If you tell me that you don't see what he does at work, if you don't tell me you don't see who he fucking with.
Oh, they know.
Tell me that you ain't seen the news of your boss or the nigga that hired you, and the news that's going on with him is, his third baby, his fourth baby, his fifth baby, his sixth baby, and decide, oh yeah, I'll let you go raw on me tonight. You know what you was doing.
Right.
You're literally sitting back saying,
trying to hit the lotto.
I bet it's a text somewhere to her homegirl say, hey, Nick and me raw right now, girl. Watch this. I bet it is. I'm getting this bag right now. Her girl said,
trying to hit the lotto, Joe. Trying to hit the lotto.
I guarantee you 100% they got their IG post in their notes already right now. The next about 5 women are ready to copy and paste that next caption on IG. I promise y'all. It's in their notes right now.
Bro, I will never.
Baby names and everything, they have it ready.
I will never get over that Valentine's Day, Joe. When I seen
that shit was wild.
I will never get over that. I
was
like, this can't be real. This can't be true. Like, you got to be some type of dude to just do that and not care and just know, like, I don't care and they ain't going nowhere. As a matter of fact, I'm pregnant over here.
Yeah, the boy
this shit's wild.
Ghetto,
like, Joe, that was February. Women have gotten pregnant since then. We only in May.
Yeah.
Y'all understand this?
You lined up.
That wasn't the 2. That was in the Valentine's Day.
All I'm saying is,
every month is going to be a new one.
Yeah, I was about to say it's May. We got the year to go.
Wait till Father's Day. I'm waiting on that IG post.
Father's Day gonna be lit. Father's Day, I'm on Shade Room on Father's Day. It's about to be lit.
Yeah. But speaking of lit and ghetto and all the rest of that, Kwame Brown.
Kwame. Is it Kwame or Kwame?
It don't even matter at this point. Listen, if he's listening, fam, I got no beef with you. No,
zero.
None. We here at the G7 pod don't want no smoke or nothing aimed this way. None of that, bro. My man went on a rampage for a week. I think he even got a podcast deal or some shit today.
For real?
Yeah, I think he got a podcast today.
I just want to know where all these Kwame Brown fans were when he was actually playing for the Lakers.
Where are they going to be on this podcast? Because nobody cares about Kwame Brown or Kwame Brown or whoever he is.
Yeah, they do now.
I seen Marcellus Wallace tweet podcast, and the playing field is even or something along them lines today. And, we know historically how these things go. Negativity travels faster. And my
like
man
the speed of light.
Charlie Sheen-esque run right now. My man is on it. What was that shit Charlie Sheen had back in the day? Blood. What did he say?
Tiger blood.
Tiger blood.
Winning.
All right.
Winning.
Charlie Sheen was one of them first viral clips of celebrities wilding the fuck out.
I love Charlie Sheen's meltdown. That shit was classic. It was epic. Ain't nothing topping that. Charlie Sheen nothing tops Charlie Sheen.
Listen,
everybody forgot about Kwame Brown until
absolutely
right.
Week. What was there to remember?
Right.
Be honest.
And
that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone keeps talking about it. I was like, damn, y'all didn't show this much support when he was actually playing basketball.
Because he wasn't good at it.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, it's sad. It's sad as hell.
Hey, we live in a society where we want the mess. It ain't about wanting to smoke. We want the mess.
A results-based business, okay? If you don't have the results, you don't do very well. So Kwame Brown, listen, the only reason why Kwame Brown can come out and say anything, because he still was the number 1 pick, and he's name dropping other people who are important. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you bring out people that are important or more important than you, people gonna listen because you got a story. Because you got a story they don't have. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I wasn't there, but you were, so I'm gonna listen to you and hear what you got to say.
I know you know.
Right. So the thing is with Kwame Brown, I didn't listen to everything, but the snippets I heard. This is the thing. He understands that people get in a point in their life sometimes where they reflect and they say, I should have been something that didn't happen. And that's where he's at. But instead of taking accountability for that, he's trying to blame everybody else for why he didn't succeed. Okay.
Right.
Instead of saying, you know what, I was a 17-year-old kid. I got drafted. Into an organization that had the toughest, the mentally toughest dude to ever play it. And I wasn't ready because I didn't take basketball that seriously. And I didn't take it seriously through my career. And I didn't do the things that I needed to do to be great. And maybe I could have been, but he can't take accountability for that. So now he wants to go out there and talk about everybody and name drop. He wants to talk about Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes is the podcast, so now people know who he is. He wants to talk about Mike. So everybody know who Mike is. You know what I'm saying? We want to talk about Gilbert Arenas because people know Gilbert Arenas had a better career. So people understand who he is. So again, because I wasn't there, like hell, Sable, if you got a story about Michael Jackson, we tuning in and listen.
Right.
Okay? Because you know him and we don't. So if you got a story behind it, we're going to listen. So now Kwame Brown has stories about people that we know, which is going to get him put back on the map. But I don't give a damn what Kwame got to say. Listen, bro, take accountability for your career. It didn't end up the way it was, but that's because of you. That wasn't everybody else. I'm good on Kwame.
Jason said he think he's speaking a lot of truth. So one of the things that he brought up was the Charlamagne thing, and it trickled down with a lot of what Charlamagne has dealt with over the years. And again, like the Joe Budden podcast, a lot of people that don't follow Charlamagne, this shit is new information, and it's big business. Negativity travels fast. I'm sorry, not sorry it is, but it is. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you that I know the details or what happened. Not there. I can say the same thing about a few other cases and situations. But I feel like it's a nasty thing. And I get it. Somebody talk about you, you're gonna bring it up, and you know, that's your ammo. I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm not mad at it at all that you brought it up. I'm not mad at it you went on a week-long rant aiming and shooting at everybody that you had animosity with or even mentioned you. But we got to pick a side, man. And that's the one thing that I've always said about Black people in general. Black people have a tendency to hold on to what they want to hold on to and use it against you, i.e. the Charlamagne situation. Are you saying that you believe in the judicial system or you're not? Are you banking on the system working or you're not? Are you banking on white people are against us or this, that, and the third, or you're not? When you start to bring up that situation, if Charlamagne was convicted, got nothing to say. Charlamagne had, you know, a rep or continue to do and show certain behaviors, I get it. Talking about a lot of people, including Kwame, I don't know what he's been doing, but I know he ain't been at the forefront. A lot of people that ain't saying shit about Black lives or doing shit to advocate for real estate or bettering yourself, mental health, and none of that. You want to bring up his past or a situation that was people already know about that he's already addressed because it helps your case, and you want to rant and call him a rapist and everything else, and then get mad when he does the legal thing, not the nigga thing. The legal thing is cease and desist. I'm gonna have my lawyers contact your lawyer and your people. You can't be saying that about me. It's not true, or whatever. Either way, I could go the nigga route and put money on your head. I can go the nigga route and go online and start saying, nigga, you can't come to the hood and I'll fuck you up and I'll beat your ass. And I feel like a lot of that.
Not when you're in that situation. Not when you're in Charlamagne's situation. You can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm bigging up Charlamagne's situation because Charlamagne has.
That's not an option at this point.
That's why I said that Charlamagne's thing is he's addressed it. Charlamagne's thing is I can't get away from it, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell it. And what I was saying earlier in our chat was people do that same thing to Kobe. Oh, y'all, praising a rapist. And it's like, was he convicted of rape? Do you believe in the system or you don't? Because if you do believe in the system said otherwise. If you don't, then you already know that it's flawed. But you have to pick a fucking side. You can't just use it when it's convenient. It's the dumbest shit ever. I've said this shit about Black people. Black people all the time sit back and say, I'm a Martian, I'm gonna do these things, and this is my right to do, all while saying they don't give a fuck about our rights. Nigga, pick a fucking side. What are you doing? Do you want them to give you rights? Or do you realize that the system is broken? You have to pick a side. Are you waiting for a David, what's his name, Chauvin verdict or are you gonna take justice in your own hands? What makes or breaks you? And certain people pick and choose when they want to bring up your past and the things that's going on. OJ probably could have slid for most of us, whether we felt like he did it or not. Hey, OJ, not convicted. We happy. Woo! Go on, OJ. OJ took it upon himself to continue to do fuck shit. So when it's convenient, most niggas is just like, OJ did that shit.
Well, I think that, I mean, you bring a good point with OJ. And I think that what I believe in is that two things can be true. Okay. I always say that two things can be true. You can believe that OJ did what he did. And there are some that are also still a fan of OJ Simpson. And they believe what he's done. And which is why he's still relevant to this day. I mean, like, OJ is still relevant to this day. And he's still, because people are still fans of OJ Simpson, because of how great of a football player he was. I'm not saying I'm one of them. I'm just saying that's the truth. So two things can be true. You can believe that, and you also can compartmentalize. I always have a problem saying that word. The two between, like, saying, hey, he was great at football, but I believe he did this. And people do that a lot. And in this situation with Charlamagne, I didn't know much about it. So this is kind of the first time I heard it. And, you know, I'm kind of picking up bits and pieces and evidence. And I'm kind of with you, as you said in the group chat today, is that, look, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. So I only have what's in front of me, you know. But Kwame Brown, for you to bring this up, it's almost like the Joe Budden thing. You trying to pull me down and pull me where you are, okay? Because I've addressed this, okay? According to what I saw today, there was no DNA evidence left. Now, that doesn't take away the hurt and the pain of this woman and her mother and what happened, because obviously something did happen. That doesn't mean Charlamagne was responsible. It doesn't mean he was not responsible. I mean, he could have been. But based on the evidence that we had, there's no DNA evidence putting him there. So even though he was there and he had been around the situation, his name was in the situation, Kwame Brown, you bringing up something that I've taken care of over 20 plus years ago is just trying to bring me back to your misery because you're unsatisfied with where your life is right now.
And what I understood,
devil's advocate.
Well, you know,
what's up?
Like I said, y'all can fact check me. Y'all can fact check me. But what I understood of the situation was Charlamagne worked in radio, wasn't popular, wasn't popping, was back home. He had a cousin that was maybe like 18, 19 or something along them lines. He supplied some liquor for a party. A girl there was underage, and that's how that went down. So he was the supplier. He was the one that got the liquor that was, you know, not 21 or whatever the case was for a party. So that was my understanding, and that's vaguely speaking. I don't know the details. He wasn't in the area. He wasn't want to touch the girl. He was the supplier of the liquor. Okay. That was what I understood. Now, he addressed it. That was what I came away from it from. I understand how situations and legal shit goes and people's mind, and once you attach to some shit, unfortunately, it's always kind of following you there, and you got to keep explaining yourself, and it sucks. But when he went through the shit, when he had a Showtime show, he had a couple, you know, books that were top sellers and everything else. The show, I think, got pulled while his podcast was going, while his radio show was popping and everything else. I think they didn't want to bank on it because those things kept coming up. So for Kwame Brown to bring it up again and in the fashion that he did, in the words that he used, I'm a firm believer of watch what the fuck you say. Because I've been in situations where people say some shit and they blow it out of proportion, and then suddenly you tag with a stigma, and it's like, yo, if you don't get the whole fuck out of here. And say, you know, people hate it or love it, but if I sat back and I said right now, yo, Santana nail polish, a lot of people can't remove that from their memory. And now everything that they see about him is going to turn into some weirdo shit. Oh, Santana with nail polish? And now not only are they looking for nail polish, they say, oh man, he got a nose ring. Yo, boy getting his hair done. And that's how shit starts. And we all know that. You know what I'm saying? But when you start to get into that loop, I always say, I understand it from white people. And I understand I got white listeners, but for black people to do that to black people is a wild thing. Kwame, you ain't have to even go all there. You know what I mean? Say what you need to say about certain people. Who the fuck on?
Let me be devil's advocate for him real quick, though, which I was going to say a while ago. I was rolling somewhere, whatever morning that was that came out. And Charlamagne tried to do it in a way that said, you know what, his family is wild, so leave him alone. But instead of just saying, I'm from South Carolina, and I know his family's wild. Like, that's a brother you want to leave alone. Live on the air, he ran down like his family's history as far as Kwame's father and his brothers, like word for word on cases. So
Right,
Kwame Brown brought that up in a way to say, like, all right, you talking about my family, like I'm gonna bring up the shit you got on you, and I'm gonna bring up what your father did. Because that's what Charlamagne did to him, since we talking about what black people doing.
And I understand all of that, but the thing about it is when you're a public figure, we come on here often, we say it. What's in the public is in the public. You can't get mad at that. You put that information out there, or you decided to go ahead and take your space on the public stage. If Kwame kept going and I didn't see that episode. If Kwame don't say nothing, I don't see that episode. You know, they said it about him. So, I understand you hurt and the rest of that, but they said the same shit about cats like Jordan. Hey, Jordan had a gambling problem. This is why his father died, and this is why this is going on, and this is why this is going on. Oh, Tiger Woods was doing this, and this is why this is going on, and this is why this is going on. Oh, and it's like that's part of what goes with it. But Kwame didn't have to, that knife that's in there.
Yeah, Charlamagne ain't have to either, though.
I was just gonna say Charlamagne
didn't have to go. That's why I say he could have said, "Yo, your family."
Like,
he's trying to go to the point where leave Kwame alone. He could have said, "Leave Kwame alone." He ran down the entire history.
That's Charlamagne.
Talking about sticking a knife in.
Charlamagne does that though. That's his MO. Charlamagne is messy.
Charlamagne is a suspect individual.
Don't get me started on that part.
Listen, he is another.
Don't need to get me started with that side.
Call it what it is. I don't sugarcoat shit. Charlamagne is one of those guys that no matter how successful he is, Buddy is just a little too comfortable with some of the shit he does and says and he puts out there. And that's including running his mouth. He's suspect. Yes, Sean. Suspect. You know exactly what the fuck I am talking about. Suspicious.
I mean, how did you think that Flex handled the situation on his radio show?
Don't even get me started on him.
I don't like fucking Flex either.
Bow out right here. When it comes to Funk Master Flex, I don't listen to shit this car show holding ass nigga say. Only I'm just being honest. You don't hear about Funk Flex until he's throwing somebody under the bus that's related to his business. That's it. Funk Flex can go 2-3 years without saying nothing, and then when it's time to shit on Drake or it's time to shit on somebody,
on Jay,
he dropping bombs.
Drake, Jay, who else? Who else he shit on?
That's the only time I ever hear from Funk Flex, and I said it before. That's what I was alluding to. It's funny to me that these things happen. You can say what you want to about certain individuals or whatever, whether you believe in the system or not. But what I can't deny is the growth and the progression of Charlamagne and the things that he does. If he stands in front, I've seen him stand in front of and on white platforms and not cater to white men and say what the fuck he needs to say despite his past. Now, that doesn't to me sound like somebody that's trying to cover up what I've been through. There's niggas out there that are steer as far away from their past as possible as not to bring it back up. When I have to sit up here daily and be a character and know that this is there, I don't know if I'm necessarily I said about police. Hey, listen, if I shoot your black kid, I don't care what the lawyer said about me. If I'm truly fucking remorseful, you gonna know it. In a courtroom or in life, it is fucking me up. I did not mean to kill that kid. But if I did, and I don't feel shit, and it's part of my job, and it's just another day, and I'm getting patted on my back, and I'm getting paid, and I'm getting compensated, and the rest of that, I'm gonna listen to the lawyers, and I'm gonna keep on moving. Why? Shit, I'm winning. I might even get off of this shit. I just don't feel like you can be remorseful. I don't feel like you can be somebody. I said it before. I don't think you can be somebody, regardless of what one person's opinion of you is, that can get on a live podcast or live your life daily knowing that somebody out there hates you to the point where they want to slander you. It takes a lot of fucking balls. It takes a lot, especially if I'm literally walking into federal facilities or White House or tapping into Donald Trump and his allegations and everything else, knowing that this thing is there. That's a wild card to hold. And people don't see it that way, but that is a very wild card to hold. If I know for a fact I slid, hey, listen, that's what our big gripe with OJ was. To keep him in the loop. Biggest gripe with OJ was he said, OJ, you got off. Shut the fuck up. Don't do shit else.
Just chill. Just chill.
That's it. Just chill. He couldn't do that for the life of him. Same thing happened with the Chicago rapper Lil Reese. Fam, you got shot multiple times. You escaped death. You can barely fucking talk. You probably shouldn't be nowhere near violence or gang activities. But here you are. There's a lot of people out there that just don't learn a fucking lesson. Monica Lewinsky sucked the dick and got the fuck out of Dodge.
That was an interesting example that you used out of all the ones you could have pulled.
I was like,
out of all the ones that we could have pulled from,
that's the one you chose.
That was the one that you decided to try to pull all this together.
We're gonna tie this together.
Monica Lewinsky.
I'm gonna tie it together. Let's be honest. Monica Lewinsky, we don't know what she's doing. But in the land of OnlyFans and everything else, who's not paying to see Monica Lewinsky and think, yo, this is what the president got? She could make a bank off of it. I don't know.
I don't know what Monica Lewinsky's looking like these days. I have no idea. I don't know.
You know what she was looking like before it, though.
I did not.
You didn't know who
Bill did.
Bill
sure did. Bill did.
Bill saw everything slapped on her butt.
He saw everything.
How gone, girl?
Bill risked it all.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it.
Refrain from comment on this.
All I'm saying.
That's it right there, baby. That's it right there, baby.
I'm gonna just refrain from comment, Joe. I'm gonna let that one just lay where it's at. You know, I mean,
people have habit. That's all I'm saying. Certain people have habit. Let's not lie. That's not bullshit. There's certain people that cannot break habit. You have habit. You have a thing. You need that. Can't get out of your.
This is my thing, man. Is that listen? I don't put nothing past anybody. You know what I'm saying? Just because you make money, just because you're great at what you do, and you happen to basically make a lot of cheese from it. There's a lot of people that are great at what they do that do crazy stuff. Say, well, you may work with somebody right now that I don't know what they do outside of work. But you know what? Their job isn't talking to people nationally, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Their job isn't throwing a football or dunking a basketball, so we don't know. So I don't put anything past anyone as far as that's concerned. My thing is this: just be careful when you start to throw out things. Like in Charlamagne's case, he may be a dude that's like Flex was talking about how he always talking about putting stuff in women's drinks and doing things like that. I can't comment on that because I haven't heard it or listened to it. But that might be who he is. But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean he raped that chick. That doesn't mean that. So be careful when you start talking about that. Okay? Because if you're directing something at me with that, then you need to know 100% sure that I did that. Now,
I need receipts.
Yeah,
you can't be screaming those types of allegations without receipts.
You cannot. If I've been cleared legally, my DNA is not on that girl. Don't call me that. Okay, and there will be, and he's handling it the right way. You can, as you say, cease and desist if you want to do.
Monica,
you know what I'm saying? But that's where I am with the responsibility of this, and that's where we don't have it as a society in general. Is that we have a bigger platform than ever before, and with that platform, that voice can carry instantly, okay, over masses. But with that is a lack of responsibility because we just say what we want to say. And we have no evidence. We have no background. We have, as you say, no receipts, no nothing. But we just say it. And because Charlamagne is a big enough name, because Charlamagne is a lot bigger than what Kwame Brown is. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
But Kwame Brown is a big enough for people to kind of, antennas go up.
And it's crazy because like you said, like now all I keep thinking about is, damn, Ma. Used to buy detergent, you ain't share it with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
and the nail polish along with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you mentioned earlier.
Hey, my man said he got a light up keyboard. Hey, listen, it's a lot of things that go on that you just look at it.
Hey, hold on. Who said that?
You know who said that?
No, I don't know who said that.
Hold on.
Who said that? But who said it?
Who said? No, wait. Who said that?
Yo, hold on.
Terrence said it.
No, he did. Put it up on the screen.
Terrence said
Put it up on the screen. He ain't say that. Put it up on. I don't believe it.
He did say it though. He said it though. About you too.
Hey, what that mean, fam? Hold on. Wait. Nah. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Slow down. Hold on. Nah. Wait. Nah.
I got another fucking.
What that mean, yo? What light up keyboard mean?
Since Terrence want to come into the motherfucking podcast today, Terrence, all that energy you got towards LeBron getting poked in the eye and shit, nigga, you ain't never picked up a fucking basketball in your life.
It don't matter. You can't roll around like that. You a grown ass man. Like, I don't give a damn. He ain't have to figure out nothing. I don't care what Terrence done does. I'm a grown ass man, dog.
Here we go.
Hey, have y'all ever seen? Hey, wait, look. Hey, look. Have y'all ever seen somebody lay on the ground and put their hand on their hip?
Look,
I hate everybody.
Who does that, man?
He's the biggest, strongest dude.
I'm a LeBron fan, but he's the worst actor. He is the biggest slobber in the world.
6'8", 350.
Bro, you grabbed your head and you was rolling on the ground, kicking your feet on the court. What? And then had the audacity to
Marcus
say,
is like, Jordan would never.
Look, I would never. Hell with Jordan, I would never. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. The hell with Jordan. I mean, come on.
Listen,
then the fool had to tell us. You had to tell us. This is your man. This is your king. This is your king now.
Your king.
Your king. Your king came out there and said us, yeah, man, I was seeing 3 rims. I just picked one in the middle.
3 rims.
If you believe that, I'm slap the shit out you right now. You bet not. You bet not.
He just showed you. It ain't that easy. Draymond saw 3 rings. He shot to the left and missed the layup. So I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear.
But he told me he saw 3. He said he saw 3 rims. What?
Bruh, come on, man.
Listen, we just talked about this. You weren't there, Marcus. You weren't there. You didn't see how many rings he saw. He saw 3 rings.
3 rims.
He said, Steph, I couldn't see, dog. I'm sorry.
That went in. Yeah, yo, look at the rim. That went in. Like, yo, get this shit off, man.
LeBron be trolling.
Get this shit off my TV right now.
He lets Steph ball.
Bro, I was on that CJ McCollum, dog. I was like, 3. I'm going to sleep, Joe. I'm just going to sleep. I'm done with this fool tonight. But you know what? He kept the story going. Everybody he talked to that night, he was like, man, I saw 3 rims. I picked one in the middle.
He committed.
Duh. Like, who? I don't know. Yeah, straight Van Damme and Bloodsport shit. You seen that shit?
Stupid.
Come on, man. That shit off my TV, bro.
3 rims, dog. 3 rims.
Bro, come on, man.
I would have took. He'd say this what I do. I saw 3 rims.
Listen, I shot at the middle.
Come on, man.
I shot at the middle one.
It's a wild. Hey, Santana, we making that
Space Jam about to look different to me now, bro. I was so excited to watch Space Jam. That shit.
What you mean?
Space Jam will look real funny to me
Jordan
now.
in it. Jordan in it.
Huh? Jordan ain't never mind. Yo. What y'all got
Jordan
next, bro? What y'all got next, fam?
Jordan in it.
So yeah, man. And I guarantee they ain't flopping in it either. I guarantee that. That's what I do guarantee.
Damn it, Marcus. You had to go there. God damn it.
Look, bro, come on, man.
Oh, man.
Like, I got a question. Is it not okay to be tough anymore? Is it not okay? Like, if I'm the biggest, strongest dude in the league, you can't hit. Like, there's nothing you can do to me to put me on the ground.
Did you see that AD clip I sent you?
Bro, you already look. You already know how I feel about AD.
Everybody's seen that clip I sent y'all, right? All right.
You already know how I feel about AD.
All right. I'm just checking.
You know, I can't even watch that dude play basketball.
Listen, y'all gotta tell me what am I in denial of? I agree with y'all. Listen, the shit is soft. If you've ever listened to me talk about LeBron James, I'm the most critical of him. Jason, I know you in here. JP, if y'all have ever heard me talk about basketball, I'm the first nigga to say, get this nigga the fuck up out of here on that court. Why? Because for having 18 years, you've been watching the nigga go and you like, yo, are you going to show up today? Are you not going to show up today? Are you going to dominate today? Are you going to pass today? Why you ain't dunk that bitch? Why you ain't like, I say it all the time, man. As far as LeBron James is concerned, the one thing you will only ever hear me say is the man was made to play basketball. I don't gotta understand it. That's his job. That's what he's done since damn near 10
stable.
Years.
Since you like tall, stable motherfuckers.
Yeah.
If you see AD fall out like that, or not even AD, your man fall out and roll on the ground like that, what do you say?
I'm leaving the court. 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 I'm leaving the court.
Don't even say the court. Let's say like a real life situation, like in the club. Your man 6'8" and somebody my size jump up, poke him in the eye, and he fall out on the floor.
I don't know this man.
And then put his hand on the hip and look at you like, you know what I'm saying? Then what?
Then what? I've never seen this man a day in my life. I don't know who this is.
You taking your pussy back? I ain't never.
Yes. Yes.
I just kept
taking it back. Taking it back. You never hit this. You never hit this. I don't know you.
Don't rip that patch off like T.I. did Lauren London.
I don't know you. I don't know you. Taking my pussy back. I don't know you. I never met this man a day in my life.
Listen, for the record,
I don't understand how women can see that attractive.
It's not.
If you see your man rolling around on the ground. Rolling around on the ground.
Get your big ass up. What the fuck is you doing?
I wish I would be in Walmart and my wife would get punched in the face and put my hand on my hip. Never. Never.
We're not gonna do that. Let's not act like the man ain't. We've talked about this. We can talk about the on-court antics all day. The man had a whole summer of saying, Taco Tuesday. Come on, dog. You a different nigga when you doing Taco Tuesday. Let's not go.
You different. He tried to copyright it. No, hold on. He tried to copyright Taco Tuesday. Right. That's when you different. Like, you didn't understand that Taco Tuesday was here before you? You thought he really thought he invented Taco Tuesday.
Whoa. He said.
Shit.
Y'all talking like the man don't sit out here every day. Hold on. I'm gonna take it a step further because I understand where y'all going, but Marcus, I'm never getting on a banana boat with none of you niggas.
Look, I'm not inviting you, by the way. I was just gonna let you know. I wasn't inviting you.
So let's not do that. It's nothing wrong, Sean. There's nothing wrong with Taco Tuesday.
I'm never getting on a two-person kayak with y'all either.
You know, I'm a taco advocate.
I enjoy Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday is great.
I enjoy it.
Magnificent.
An excuse to have tacos. I love it. But if you ever see me get on any social media or record myself,
look.
Hey, record what you want. When it comes to your big ass being on the court, get your ass up.
I don't give a damn what you record.
Get up and rub your eye. Get up.
If
not lay there 6'8",
I don't care about
295, put your hand on your hip on the ground.
Nah, Mark,
if you falling out on the ground, if you falling out on the basketball court when you the biggest one there, I got a problem.
Listen,
I got a problem.
I'm judging you if you get on, if you record yourself, if you pick your phone up at dinner with all you got and record, go Tuesday. I'm gonna look at you a little funny, G, because one, you just said they got to see this. That's what goes on in your head.
I'm gonna fuck him up with this one.
That's what goes on in your head. You said, you know what,
man? He bringing joy to the many of his millions of followers.
So listen, I ain't mad at that. I was talking about on the court, man. Fuck. Listen, it couldn't be me. Sorry, not sorry. Y'all heard me. I'm on record saying if Steph Curry shimmy and shoot on me, I'm breaking this. I'm Tanya Harding this nigga's legs at 10 points. You will not drop 30 on me. I'm on record saying this on this podcast. I'm on record. I'm just built different. You can't do that.
Look,
my family watched it.
My girl watched it. I've never taken a charge in my life. I've never taken a charge because I cannot let another man just run through me willingly. I just can't do it. I cannot stand there and let somebody run through me willingly. I can't do it.
The charge shit is at the bottom of the list.
So for me to see another grown man fall out on the floor like that is a problem for me. Like, you got a wife and kids. They are watching right now. And they are watching your grown-ass father who got poked in the eye roll around on the floor.
He said,
like, whatever you want to call him.
What you're not going to do, I don't care what you say, and I hear this. This is where I love the old era. What you're not going to do is come down court, shoot at half court time and time again, or just dribble, shoot. And before the ball goes in, turn around, walk the other way, and do some shit like this, and I'm not going to smack you. I got a little Ron Artest. I've said this. Everybody that's had disputes with me when the Warriors and the the LeBron and everybody, this whole era of the Warriors when they were doing that thing. I love Steph. Y'all know I love Steph, but it's just certain shit that you just can't get away with. And I'm gonna let you know at least one time you can't get away with it. So the next time you try to do it, you're gonna think fucking twice. You will not shimmy on me and do all that little weirdo shit. But again, we from a different era. I agree and I co-sign everything.
But we not though. LeBron is 36, bro. We not. Like that's the crazy thing about this is that we're not from that, and he's not from that era. Like he's not. I don't know why he's like this.
He molded a different era though. That flopping shit when they didn't have rules and the ref wasn't looking out for it, he took advantage of it. And we can say what we want to, but them niggas is doing it now. They doing it. All the charges, they doing it.
Bro, the crazy thing about me, man,
but you got to be tough enough to beat my ass. And
look, the crazy thing about this whole era is that everybody want to talk about, especially since Kobe passed, is the Mamba mentality, right? And they always want to talk about it when they hit a shot. Then Kobe tore his Achilles, hit 2 free throws, walked off the court, and didn't say shit. It didn't talk about it, didn't say anything. Okay, but you fools get poked in the eye, Thomas. You seen 3 rims. Okay. One day you talking about you broke your damn head in the finals. We didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell everybody how hurt you were every chance you get. But then the next second, oh, Mamba mentality. No, Mamba don't talk about that. Kyrie Irving, I'm going to drop 30, then I'm going to take a sabbatical because you know what? I just need a couple days off. That ain't Kobe, bro. That ain't Kobe. So it's funny how these dudes always talk about when they get a chance to Mamba mentality. But the next second, they laying out on the floor.
Listen, because the era is soft, man. You know what? I low-key believe the reason why the 3 ball is as important as it is right now is because you got a nigga like AD that don't even want to go to the hole. This nigga's 7 foot tall.
He don't want nothing to do with it.
Scary as hell. Scary as hell.
So I'm sorry, but when we grew up, the dunking, if I dunk on you, it don't matter how many scores. Like, I'm literally from the era of it don't really matter how many points I score. If I dunk on you, I own you, nigga. It's there. The girl saw it. The nigga saw it. You know it. I'm off with it. Like,
no, that was a hangover, Terrence. That wasn't the flu.
I was gonna say that wasn't the flu, Terrence.
That was a hangover, buddy.
Yeah, that was apparently bad pizza or Chinese food.
It was food poisoning.
That was Henny. That's that was.
Did y'all ever hear the story?
It's not J.R. Smith.
Did y'all hear the story from the dude
wasn't J.R. Smith
who was working at the pizza joint? Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
The actual dude who was working there that night? Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna double down on what I said to Terrence today when he privately chatted me some bullshit. Terrence, you ain't never picked up a ball in your fucking life. Stop talking sports, nigga.
He said he plays baseball.
He said I rode a bull though, nigga. I rode a bull before.
Man, we not
doing nothing tougher than that.
You're not talking about nothing basketball. I want to know LeBron James slander or nothing for the rest of this goddamn year, nigga. You until I see you shooting a goddamn
still waiting
ball.
On this light up keyboard shit though. I'm still waiting on what we talking about. I'm still waiting on that answer.
Terrence got issues with everybody.
Still waiting on what's wrong with light up keyboards though.
Where you going?
I can listen.
What you got going on this weekend?
I got light up keyboard too.
Stay in the house.
I'll break somebody's ass off and go type on my light up keyboard how I did it. You know what I'm saying?
I can't get my hair done for me just because I like to look at me.
You could. I'm just saying though.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere.
I told you. He said y'all niggas ain't matadors. I told y'all.
Oh my god.
Oh my God! Listen,
I've been gored before. Got up, made breakfast, no problem.
Boy, listen, I'm not even going to this because we almost 2 hours in this. Santana, go ahead and handle this PORSHA. I don't know shit about PORSHA. I don't know nothing about that show.
That's Sean to say, but I just had a little shit to add.
We were supposed to have Sean on here.
I just add in a little bit I know.
Damn, I'll listen. I don't know nothing about nothing. Do y'all think we can end this?
Where's Sean?
But she's nasty.
Well, listen, Terrence, all I'm gonna say is I'll listen to sports for
overacting side
chick. Is a top tier athlete and really done it. Terrence, you don't fix your mouth no more. You talk about no more fuck. You ride them bulls, you wear your goddamn cowboy hat. And if you want to talk to me about country music or some shit like that, you could talk to me about country music.
So I got a horn in the eye. I didn't roll around like that.
Yeah, dog. You don't mention light up keyboards. Matter of fact, you even fix your mouth to say anything about LeBron James. If you even say, "Look, I'm gonna goddamn jump over this goddamn fuck your ass up."
Let's drama.
Yeah, how about that? And if you got any problems, invite me on your podcast.
I was on your side to that light up keyboard shit, fam. What's up? You still ain't said what's up with it. I'm still looking for the explanation.
Kind of pressed.
Big press. What's up?
Because he volunteered it. He didn't even have to say all that. And he got a light up keyboard too. And he got a light up keyboard.
I mean, I got LED lights behind me. What's up? What's wrong? What's wrong with lights, son?
But Terrence, tell you, boy, you in hot water. I know when your wedding is. I know when your wedding is, nigga.
I can't. Oh, hi, Sean.
Everybody got different heads and shit today. Everybody got new hair and shit today.
You know, I'm out here looking like a heterosexual male. That is what I'm
Hey, don't start, man. Hey, all right. Talk about Porsche next time. Kick him off already, yo.
I am looking like a straight
out the studio. Hey, I told her. I texted her and say, come on the show right. And that's like,
this is not right. I got light.
You lucky I don't got the button. You be out of here right now.
Listen, y'all had this Porsche
like a hetero click. You lucky. You lucky I don't got the keys.
Wow. I look like a straight.
I told you get on the show right.
Who the
and
fuck
you got on here wrong immediately.
Hey, who the hell is PORSHA? What the fuck happened?
Well, PORSHA. Wait, who was you want to go?
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Okay. PORSHA, whom of which is the new lead cast member of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She did some foul shit. I love PORSHA. I ain't gonna lie. I love PORSHA, but I'm not with PORSHA on this one because
PORSHA was my favorite.
She was a friend of hers, like Kelly Price said. Okay.
No, I love her. I love.
She was a friend of mine. Yep.
We got to get Ronald Isley in here right now.
PORSHA. So, well, wait, Tana, I know you know about this, but Marcus, did you read what we have said about PORSHA and like how she got a new boo or whatever?
You know what? I seen it briefly on Shade Room, so I kind of know what y'all talking about.
Okay,
I'm not in depth on it like y'all.
So this last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, there was a new cast member that was brought on.
Yeah,
and she was mentioned as a friend of PORSHA's. They go to her house as a friend of PORSHA, so they go to the house to see the pool. This is where she meets the girl's husband,
right?
And you know all that.
The husband came out with drink. PORSHA like, oh, you got a good man. He come out with drinks. And you took him.
Child.
The overacting, and overreacting side chick is what I'm calling it.
Child.
That was
so the whole season they done been in this woman's house. They done hung out with her. Had Halloween party with the husband there and that in the house, the whole nine. So recently, I think it was like earlier this month, maybe last month. It came out that she had a new boo. It's her friend's ex-husband now. But she's trying to claim that wasn't her friend, that she didn't know that woman and she met the husband through blah, 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 blah.
And this has only been a month and they're just so in love. And we like,
they get married and it's the love of her life.
Okay. So I will say this. I did see something that was saying that, I don't know all the names, but that they may not have been friends. And how they do that reality show was that they'll introduce somebody new and kind of pawn them off as a friend to somebody else. And that's kind of how this new girl got in. So they introduced her as a friend of hers, but she really didn't know her before then.
So here's and I have seen that. My problem with this is whether you're friends or not, sis, you done been in that woman's house with her husband. I wish I would invite some broad to my house and then I find
he was a friend of mine.
I don't give a fuck if we knew each other for 5 minutes or 5 years. I'm setting shit off. I'm setting shit. You can't do that right.
And
you can't do that right.
To touch back on what he just said. So yes, reality TV is scripted, but also you're a public figure, PORSHA. You already know how this gonna look. You already know, like, even if that's really not your friend and you really just wanted her man, and that's really, you ain't got no ties to her. You already seen the show before y'all did this. It already said Portia's friend. So you already know how that's going to look. You're a public figure. There's no way to get around it. And that's why it's your friend. I would have just liked it if you said, fuck it. I mean, I'm on him.
But she loved him, though. But she loved him.
She messy. She messy. I was a Porsha fan. I loved Porsha. I thought she kept it real. She was cute.
What if they last, though?
I don't give a fuck. It's not.
Not about to last.
They're not about to last, but it's just.
It's not gonna last. But I just, for the record, if anybody's watching this, you try that shit with me. It's not going the same way. It's not going the same way.
Oh, you're not gonna let nobody say,
I don't play that.
Steal her man.
How you doing, Mr. Big? What you mean? What's going on?
It's not happening.
I was talking about the original Kelly Price only friend of mine. I like the dramatic one.
I wish I would be. This is the craziest part about it, is it wasn't even just they're on the same show. They went out to events together, got pictures together. Y'all was kicking it. You out of pocket. Hand on the knee, just all like, no. Like, sis, you out of pocket. You out of pocket.
Wow,
big little fist her, yo. Oh, we weren't even cool like that.
No.
Put that little fizz on Marion shit. Now we ain't cool. Now we ain't cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Fizz gotta get his ass whooped. Oh, Marion, somebody gotta get their ass whooped for that. I ain't know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
same thing.
That's dirty. I mean, that's dirty.
You thought I had dance moves before.
That is kind of dirtier.
That's dirtier. Because they
thought I had some spin moves before.
They grew up together. And you with his baby mama.
That's wild. And they wasn't giving a goddamn.
At all.
They didn't give a goddamn motherfucker.
I'm gonna be honest. I got one rule only. You go ahead and be with who you want to be with. But if it's a nigga that I already know, I gotta beat his ass in yours. Off top.
Well, that's toxic. But I mean,
I don't give a fuck.
Toxic.
Listen, you be with who you want.
That's what finna be toxic.
Oh,
exactly.
Listen, y'all be together, but both of y'all gonna walk around knowing that he ain't me, and that nigga he gonna wear that next time when he see me. He gonna know to respect me. He gonna know to act accordingly. But it has to be on my mama. Listen, I don't really care about the rest of the show. On my mama, listen. If you a nigga that was already around, if you a homie, oh fam, you catching these hands and everything else, man. Other than that, do what you want to do. I just don't. I don't feel like it's a disrespect for me. Like if a nigga just lingering and around, and I feel like, oh, you've been looking at her the whole time.
Because you've been doing this behind my back. You've been plotting on this.
And that's right.
Both of y'all.
Oh yeah, you got to. And I need you to know when I come over and I ring this doorbell, or for whatever reason we need to communicate, that he can't save you. I need that. I need you. The same way. Listen, let's be
honest. Look how Tanner's sitting back. Tanner's like, yup.
Sable, no. Listen, the same way Sable said earlier, she can't have a nigga flopping around on the floor. You finna watch this nigga flop around. You got to call an ambulance for this nigga. And at the end of the day,
somebody call the ambulance.
The ambulance.
The ambulance.
The ambulance. Oh my god.
Fam. Other than that, you find you a new nigga. He can be out of the circle. I need not know who he is. Do what you do. Be happy. I respect.
Oh man.
But outside of that little Fizz shit, what was that? Lil Fizz and
Mario.
Yeah.
Oh, fam.
We was too close.
That was bad. That was really bad. That's worse than Porsha.
Porsha bogus, but that was dirty.
That was dirty.
If I'm not mistaken, what's her name? April Jones?
Yeah.
Every fucking dance move I know on the book is coming out that day. I'm telling you. Everyone.
It's a lot of things that I could deal with. Disrespect is like, nah, fam. You got to move on. You got to go find you a nigga from the other side of the world or some shit. Be who you be with. If it's a nigga close, and it's the same thing. If a nigga shoot his shot and I don't know him, cool. All right, nigga gonna shoot his shot. You bad. If it's a nigga I know.
Oh yeah, we got to have that Black Panther challenge, and I'm definitely asking you, this your king before I whoop his monkey ass. I'm saying it now because the white sitting right behind me. I'm telling you,
man. Yeah,
they sure ain't nobody I know.
Fam, any nigga talk behind me, like if you even know me, I don't even need to talk to you. If you following me or some shit and you talking to somebody that you know I'm involved with, fam, you give me hands, dog.
You remember what Ace Ventura did to the Monopoly man on Pet Detective?
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm knocking that nigga out. I'm gonna pick him up. Never mind. I'm just saying, yo. I'm not rolling. I'm not subscribing. If it's somebody I know,
it's principles in this. It's principalities in this. I don't know.
I told you. So I got certain policies and regulations that I follow.
So Sable, you're not going for Nick Cannon? We not? No. Nick Cannon?
No. Nick Cannon is trash.
You find out Sable got the copy and paste notes ready.
I don't care. That's trash. He's dirty.
Copy and paste ready for the June post.
He's dirty.
He's definitely dirty. I told y'all I had some inside scoop. Now,
run it. That's what you're here for. Run it.
Did y'all ever see that Shade Room post like a couple of years ago where someone got like a Nick Cannon face tattoo on them? Did y'all ever see that?
I don't think so.
No.
It was like a young lady that had a Nick Cannon like whole portrait like on her body.
I think I may have seen that.
Well, the gag is that I know the girl. It's two of them. They were twins, and one had it on the arm, one had it on the leg. And he asked them to do this. That nigga is weird. That nigga is strange.
So they got the tattoos and he's weird. Yes. Hold on, let's rewind a little bit. I'm not letting you. I'm not letting that shit.
That's a weird. Hold on, wait. Yeah. It is a weird request. It's a weird request. They're weird too.
Did he put a gun to their head or what?
It's an odd request.
Bitch, but so disturbing if you don't do this. Is that what happened? And they did it.
But to follow through, it's an odd request, but you follow through on it.
Right. No,
they're taking care of them. He was
two twins, by the way.
Yeah,
twins.
He was fucking wild. He was fucking Nick Cannon wild at the same time. But I mean,
and he's the weird one. Again, I'm going to ask you.
Right.
I mean, people do shit for money, but he is.
And he's the weird one. Again, I'm going to ask you.
Right. The weird one is not him in this case.
Oh, the other weird one. He's still weird.
He got some
cakes that he's the stranger. No, that definitely.
I just want to know what he's doing to make these women be able to do that type of shit.
Money. That's what I'm saying.
It's just all money.
He has a lot of money.
The money gotta be.
Let me try that. See how that going? It's
a lot of money. He got a lot of money.
That money gotta be stupid.
It's gotta be.
He owns portions of Nickelodeon, and he's like.
I know Nick got money. Nick got money, but I'm like, you 7 kids deep at this point, and you aiming for 100. So Jesus, if you're like the 10th baby mama, how much money you getting?
Still some money. What's 10% of
That's crazy.
millions of dollars? Okay, he's rich.
He
got money. He can afford a couple.
It's right. He reckless though. He reckless.
Fuck up.
Hot off the press.
His net worth is 28 million.
28 million or billion?
28 million.
That can't be right.
I'm not gonna say that's what he got in the bank.
It's probably more.
Net worth probably different from what he actually has.
Net worth is usually based on assets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I know he got to have more than that.
28 million is still a lot of money. I mean, you can take
not to be.
It's not a lot for 7 kids.
He's doing what he's doing
in California. It's not a lot for 7 kids in California.
What happened to everybody's grandma that had 12 kids? And
hold on. Hold on. This is family.
What you mean? 24.
Not for the type of money. Not for the type of money these broads is trying to get. They trying to have lifestyles.
That was in the name of love. That was in the name of love.
Right, grandma stayed with grandpa. Grandma stayed with grandpa, pushing them kids out, and it was one woman.
Grandma was supposed to.
Nick Cannon's family is not only one of the country's youngest elites, but also among the richest. So apparently, he comes from money.
I can see that because they probably paid for him to get on Nickelodeon.
I was gonna say that's probably why it was so corny.
Now,
most dudes who come from money, 100% honest. Most people come from money. They really corny.
Yeah.
We all in agreement that niggas corny, the niggas lame. But
I'm trying to figure out who's cornier, him, JCon, or Bow Wow. Actually, it might be Romeo because Romeo was really trying to push for a versus with Bow Wow, and I really just don't understand it. Like
they was bogus for putting up that college commercial shit.
That was hilarious.
Well, listen, you're not bogus. You're not bogus. Anybody on here, and I'm done after this. But anybody on here know any Romeo Miller songs?
Only My Baby. That's it. As a DJ, My Baby. That's the only song by Lil Romeo.
I don't know that one.
I don't know any. I remember that song.
Yeah. I like that song.
You can't give him credit for that.
I played that in the club before. I ain't gonna lie.
That's it. Versus over.
Yeah, versus over.
Everybody knows a Bow Wow song because I'm pretty sure if a Bow Wow song come on right now, I probably know it word for word. Don't even know it, but probably know it word for word.
Bow Wow got one thing going for him. And that is the fact that in his era, he was that nigga. He was Mr. 106 apart.
Yeah, he was.
He had it. Bow Wow had it. Now, no. But I do want to see him versus Soulja Boy. I think him versus Soulja Boy is a better battle.
It's gonna be.
I still think it's gonna be entertaining.
It's the entertainment factor for me, yo.
Yeah, I think
Bow Wow got more hits. Bow Wow definitely got more hits.
The simple fact that Soulja Boy will not accept his defeat is what's gonna be funny to me.
Soulja Boy gonna do so viral. Soulja Boy
is going to
show.
will not accept
I'm telling y'all, he gonna go in that production. He gonna have to go in that production bag.
I got $5 that say Bow Wow. Soulja Boy plays the Drake song. That
you know he is. You're not gonna watch that.
I can't wait.
You're not gonna watch that.
Yeah.
I'm
responsible for this shit right here, nigga, and everything that follows. Drake.
And I was gonna say, you're gonna do the Breakfast Club walk off when the song come on. You know he's going to.
But that aside, listen. All they need to do is add Lil Mama in there, and it's a goddamn.
Oh, we good. We straight.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
And on that note,
yeah, listen, I don't got nothing else. If y'all done with PORSHA,
I'm out.
With, all the rest of that shit, I don't really got nothing else, man.
Well, I'm good, man.
Oh, what's STFA?
Shout the fuck Andrew.
All right.
See, in the show.
Thank you for coming on, Sean.
Oh, thanks, son.
We're gonna do this one more time.
Why he on the main screen? What are y'all doing?
Where you going tonight, Sable? I know you're going somewhere.
I ain't going nowhere.
What you going
right.
Period.
I ain't going nowhere.
He out here.
You look good.
I'm not going nowhere. Thank you.
You did not go ahead and do all that to sit your ass in the house.
They call you Big Purr. You gonna make that pussy purr?
Well.
Okay. All right. Okay.